गुड मॉर्निंग ब्रजेश, दिव्यांशु, सुजीत, सुमित, गुड मॉर्निंग रवि. So all students, अगर आपका नाम नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ तो good morning to all of you. A very warm welcome, and I hope your geography journey is going interesting. You are curious and you're enjoying it, and you are learning a lot of things from there. Yes. चलिए. So Dolly ने कहा good morning. Left half class yesterday due to some issue, but completed through the recordings. Okay, very good. So Dolly ने अपनी integrity नहीं तोड़ी है, तो we are very clear on this. Let us continue on that. और अगर कहीं पे miss हो जाता है, if you miss for some reason, you should be completing that through recordings. I'm preparing for 2023, but my subscription is ending on 15 days. Should I watch your Mukul? I don't know. It's up to you. In 15 days, you have my recorded classes also, and the current thing is there. So this is a very mechanical question. Sir, 15 दिन की subscription है, आपको देखूं या ना देखूं, मर्जी यार आपकी. I'm talking about people who are going to get 300 marks. I'm not talking about people who are going to attend an academy videos. वो मुझे इंस्पायर नहीं करता. अगर यहाँ पर मेरे पास आए हैं तो हम किस चीज के लिए खेल रहे हैं? 300 प्लस के लिए खेल रहे हैं. 15 दिन का सर सब्सक्रिप्शन है, आपकी क्लास देखूं या ना देखूं? गहराइयां बेटर ऑप्शन. जब भी चॉइस करनी हो, सचिन सर की क्लास देखूं या कुछ और, तो गहराइयां देख लो. बेटर ऑप्शन. कहां फंसे हो? ये सुनो. सो आई होप मुकुल आपको आंसर मिल गया. ओके. Sir, I think in this way 2 o'clock temperature of the day becomes highest and it causes convection current due to okay, तो एक क्वेश्चन है राखी का, अभी हम देखते हैं. राखी ने कुछ क्वेश्चन भेजा है, so we will look at that. So thank you for the question, and I told you yesterday question वैसा पूछें जहां आपने कुछ किया and you were not able to understand what all you did, वो जरूर पूछिए. Here for 300 plus marks. Okay, that's what is inspiring. Okay, perfect. Ruhi, sir, I have 9 hours class every day. I am not able to do self study. What should I do? Please guide me. So Ruhi, first of all, if you have 9 hours, it is better that you cut it down. You cut it down. Do not have so many classes. I think 6 hours is on the higher side. 6 hours. If there is some test 1 hour, that's okay. 9 hours ठीक नहीं कर रहे रोही, तो फिर आप जस्टिस नहीं कर पाएंगे बच्चे. ठीक है, फिर यू विल बी ऑन द रिसीवर साइड, बट द एग्जाम वांट्स यू टू बी ट्रांसमिटर आल्सो नो. तो ये प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी रोही. आपके पास ऑनलाइन क्लासेस हैं, यू हैव द फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. प्लीज स्पेस योर प्रिपरेशन. औरों से कंपटीशन मत करें, जल्दी में नहीं रहें. यू विल नॉट क्लियर द एग्जामिनेशन इन अ हरी. जैसे किसी ने कहा मेरे पास 15 दिन आपकी क्लास करूं या ना करूं. नहीं भाई, ऐसा घूमते घामते आप आ गए, किसी को भी टीचर को डाल के लाइक सर आपकी करूं या ना करूं, आपकी करूं या ना करूं. नॉट अ गुड आइडिया. ठीक है. So जितने भी लोग इतनी ज्यादा क्लासेस कर रहे हैं, 9 hours मत करिए. You are just going to collect information. You will not get knowledge in the process. So you are working counterproductive. I got Ruhi. I think Ruhi, मेरा मैसेज आपको क्लियर है. सर्वेश्वर 2 classes per day. 2 classes per day is manageable. 2 classes per day is manageable. Along with that, if you're doing some testing, perfectly okay. 1 घंटा किसी के साथ टेस्टिंग कर लिया. जैसे मैं environment के questions लेकर आऊंगा, which I'm working on, that can be there. Sir, I watch your foundation class now. I am feeling confident. Okay, Shashwat, very good. Mukul, sir, I want to say that I have taken subscription on 10th March, but it has ended in 15 days. That's my question. So, Mukul, I'm sorry, bache, I am not a technical person in this. Only Unacademy, the team can help you in this if something has happened. Yes. खत्म हो रहा है तो आप उसका एक्सटेंशन क्या ऑफर चल रहे हैं, समथिंग दैट इज देयर, यू कैन टेक दोस एक्सटेंशंस एंड यू कैन टेक फॉर अ कोर्स आल्सो. कि अगर मुझे यही कोर्स करना है कि 3 मंथ्स का कोर्स है, सो आई थिंक 3 मंथ्स में हम पेपर 1 खत्म कर लेंगे, तो यू कैन वेरी वेल डू दैट. ठीक है. सो दैट इज दैट. ओके. सो 5 मिनट्स आर ओवर. कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछिए. सर, आई गिव द एग्जाम इन 2024. व्हाट माय अप्रोच? सर, राजेंद्र, वन अप्रोच इज यू शुड गेट योर इंग्लिश करेक्ट. Okay, I give exam in 2024. What my approach, sir? So one is 2024. You have a lot of time. Work on your English. You will require that. Okay. Rest is just be with the classes. You are in the right time. You are in the optional subject. तो ये तो खत्म हो जाएगा अभी. And after that, you can go into your GS. It is a good move to do your optional before you get into GS. ठीक है. I hope you get your answer. Sir, AP is Anmol Pandey. I read Made Simple yesterday, chapter 11, but gain only 25 to 30%. Okay. So Anmol. Made Simple is the book series called Made Simple is made simple only in the name. Otherwise, there's nothing simple about that book. So if you got 30%, going good. So is it Billy Gall or not? I don't know. बेटा मुकुल क्या लिखा आपने? Get that? All people who are reading Made Simple. Made Simple is that कड़वी वाली गोली जिसको खाने का कभी मन नहीं करता है. Yes, नीलनी सिंह सर बुक अच्छी है. हाँ, जो समझना है वो अच्छी लगती है हमें. Yes, sir. हमें भी यही लगता है. So everyone, I really want, and I'm so glad that you people are reading. See, everyone who's posting. See, my classes are very, very interactive. I want my students to see for each other what is happening. You can read. Everyone is saying, यार ये this is everything but simple. So made simple ऐसे बुद्धू बनाने के लिए नाम रखा गया. Yes or no? It's absolutely okay. I don't feel very comfortable reading made simple. Absolutely okay. Perfectly okay. इसीलिए तो पहले आपको क्या कराया? Imagine if GC Leong was not done. If this was done in foundation, you would have really lost it. So this is brought with the main course, and I have a suggestion for all of you. All the people who are doing made simple, do it with me. मेरे साथ ही करें. मुकुल कह रहे हैं सर बाइलिंगुअल है या नहीं? मुकुल, दिस कोर्स इज इन इंग्लिश मीडियम, लेकिन मैं हिंदी में भी बात करता हूँ. कोर्स इज इन इंग्लिश मीडियम. सो अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा होता तो आप मुझसे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. ठीक है. Sir, I have done the last previous lecture in recorded form cause of college. Okay, Prashant college की वजह से he was not able to do live classes today. Sir, I have missed my college so that I attend your live lecture. Okay, welcome and make use of this, Prashant. ठीक है. चलिए बच्चों, हो गया, सब बातें हो गई. Let us straight away come to the topic. Just one advice to all the people who are doing geography made simple. I have an advice for all of you. Please read it with me. Means whatever topics I am doing, read them. That will help you. How much time we should give to self-study? I told you yesterday, 2.5 hours is your class. I need 1.5 hours of self-study. Is everyone okay? So Shashwati, what your answer? Specific question, specific answer. Absolutely, जो भी made simple कर रहा है, do not do geomorphology from made simple till I reach there. तो जो मेरे साथ चल रहा है वो मेरे साथ चले. तो अब यहाँ पर कुछ है. So let us read this. Maximum insolation is received in midday, and something has been marked by Rakhi. Rakhi, I think Yash है ना? Your name is going as Rakhi. So it feels complicated version of NCERT. I read NCERT first, then read made simple. So Deepshika, I want to everyone. Okay, let us clear this once and for all. सभी के लिए एक बार clear कर रहा हूँ. बच्चों एक बात बताइए, NCERT is for GS या optional? So if we tell the GS student to do NCERT and optional student stops at NCERT, will it be fair or unfair? इसलिए आपको कह रहा हूं कि NCERT तो करनी है, हम उससे एक लेवल आगे जा रहे हैं. Yes or no? So if you feel that GC Leong is tough, sir, it is a tougher version of NCERT. Absolutely correct. You got it. You got it right. And advantage क्या है? You have the teacher with you. आपके साथ टीचर. अब देखिए मैं एक सिंपल तरीका बताता हूँ. Very very simple तरीका. So yesterday this question was asked. This question was asked कि सर ये जो मैंने मार्क किया बताइए क्या लिखा. After this, then radiation surplus happens, then this happens, that happens, whatever. Now this question is about, in this they say that after 2 o'clock temperature of the day becomes highest and it is caused convection current, and due to convection rainfall happen and temperature. ठीक है. After sunset air initially remains fairly warm and all that. ये सारी चीजें हैं. अब how I will read it. So this is what made simple tells you. How your teacher will tell you, you'll see the difference. So the topic is, simple topic is what is the hottest time of the day. Hottest means maximum temperature कब होता है और minimum temperature कब होता है. When is maximum temperature, when is minimum temperature? NCERT will tell this in one line. Made simple para लिखेगी. 12 to 3 p.m. max, 1 to 2 p.m. max, okay, 2 p.m., 12 to, okay, 4 p.m., whatever you're saying. So that means you have not read the book. जिन्होंने book पढ़ी है, वो यहाँ पर है. So request to all, some of you said that I have ordered it 3 to 6 a.m. minimum. No. Now I'm telling you the answer. Maximum temperature should be when the sun is overhead. Maximum temperature should be when the sun is overhead, 12 p.m. sun आपके सिर पे है ना, तो maximum temperature होना चाहिए, should be, but is not. It is at 2 p.m. Minimum temperature of the day, न्यूनतम तापमान कब होता है? 30 minutes before sunrise. Simple, job done. ये answer. Now if NCERT has to say this, NCERT will say this and story finish. NCERT will say this and story will finish. But Made Simple will explain it. And when Made Simple explains it, you will find many technicalities in this. That has been elaborated in this book. Time लगा लग बैठ blah 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 blah. नहीं जो भी कहा आपने, अब मैं आंसर दे दूं. So temperature. Teacher's approach. Temperature is the degree of hotness and coldness. It is a measure of heat, no? Temperature is a measure of heat. Measure of heat. यहाँ तक clear है सब लोग? Everyone, please pay attention. Please pay attention. Your father gives you rupees 10 per day to spend. Yes. And your expenditure is rupees 5 per day. Get that? So what is happening? First, you saved 5 rupees. Second, you saved 5 rupees. You were saving till 13th, you saved 5 rupees. So how many rupees? 65 rupees excess or not? Then came 14th February. Yes. And the gift costed you 75. So 14th February, dad got 10 liya and 65. Story over. Now what is left with you? Nil. 0. True. किसी ने कैसा कैडबरी सिल्क दे दिया. ठीक है, जो मर्जी दे दिया. 75 में उस दिन तो गुलाब भी महंगा चल रहा होता है. जैसा. So story done. So can I say at any given time, the amount of money that you have is not a function of how much money your father gives. It is a function of what your money your father gives and what you consume. True or not? Is everyone okay? So please understand the temperature or the heat of the atmosphere at any given time. Heat of the atmosphere at any given time is a result of what is coming? Insolation. And what is going out? Terrestrial radiation. समझ में आया? Is everyone okay? So let us look at this. Say for example, sun rises at 6 a.m. Sun rises at 6 a.m. Sun sets at 6 p.m. True or not? Get that? When will sun's maximum insolation be? The sun's maximum insolation will be here at 12 noon. Maximum insolation here or not? True. Is everyone okay? So sun's heat will increase from morning till this. Yes or no? Is everyone okay? But I want to tell you that sun's heat is causing the heat to be there. But temperature is also being added. Temperature is also being added by the Earth's heat. Yes or no? So ये क्या है? Insolation curve. So if insolation curve was this. Yes or no? If insolation curve was this, maximum temperature would have been at noon. But is the atmosphere heated only by insolation? In fact, atmosphere is heated by terrestrial radiation. So the second curve which I'm going to make is terrestrial radiation. And the terrestrial radiation curve is like this. Everyone please pay attention. Please pay attention. और it cannot be more than insolation. तो मैं इसको क्लियर करता हूँ फिर से. सॉरी, ऐसा कर देते हैं. इंसुलेशन के ऊपर ले जाते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम. Just to create that. What is this? Terrestrial radiation. Terrestrial radiation also increases. Terrestrial radiation also increases. Why? What is terrestrial radiation? Radiation by Earth's heat. And it is a feature of Earth's temperature. Hotter body gives out more heat, colder body gives out less heat. Yes or no? So Earth is hotter, Earth is getting hot. So what is happening? Terrestrial radiations are increasing. Get that? And at this point, terrestrial radiations are also maximum. Yes or no? And this is also high. So दोनों का additive effect, the additive effect of both happens at 2 p.m. Get that? Happens at 2 p.m. Is everyone okay? Now after 6 p.m. what happens to the insolation? Insolation साल नीचे चला गया. Insolation तो रात हो गया ना, अंधेरा हो गया. No insolation, cut off, bye bye. But the night is still warm. Yes or no? Who is causing that warmth to be there? The terrestrial radiation. But is the Earth also cooling? Will the terrestrial radiation also keep on coming down? They will keep on coming down. And just before sunrise is going to happen. Just before sunrise, this is going to be the minimum temperature. This is going to be the maximum temperature. समझ में आ गया? Do we get that? अब in GC Leong, you heard something called as 4 o'clock shower. Heard of 4 o'clock shower? 4 o'clock shower. GC Leong, tropical equatorial region, 4 o'clock rain happens. Why? Morning, not very hot. Heat increases. Yes or no? Maximum heat here. Because of heat, what increases? Evaporation increases. So maximum clouds are here. Very heavy clouds can't take any more. Rain happens at 4 o'clock. Do we get that? All are connected. Okay. This is a graphical representation of the heat received. Two curves should be known to us. So this is the graphical way. यहाँ पर आ जाता है mathematics. Why am I talking about this? Because I did not complete a topic called heat budget yesterday, so I have to finish that topic. Is everyone okay? समझ में आया? Now tell me, everyone who's listening to me. अब यही book से पढ़ लेते हैं. Let us read from Made Simple. Maximum insolation is received at midday, at 12, but air temperature still continues to rise beyond this because the ground is still gaining heat from the early afternoon insolation. So ground is still gaining that heat, उसका temperature तो बढ़ रहा है, and the terrestrial radiations are coming. The peak of the air temperature is usually around 2 o'clock. After this time, although there is still radiation surplus, the sun is sending radiation is there, increased turbulence associated with convection. At this time now what will happen is, because of that heat, evaporation and convection will start, mixes with cooler upper air with warm air near the ground, causing temperature to drop. So the mixing hota hai, gradually what will happen, they will start cooling also, and after sunset, so you know what will happen, insolation will cut. The air initially remains fairly warm because terrestrial radiation is there, still heated by long wave, remember terrestrial radiation, but gradually expires and temperature drops accordingly. Is everyone okay? ये book बता रही थी, और मैंने कैसे बताया? मैंने graph से बताया. With graph it became easy to understand. So my only request and suggestion to everyone is, first of all, thank you, congratulations, you are reading GC Leong, you are reading Made Simple, you are reading NCERTs. जब भी आप कोई किताब पढ़ रहे हैं मेरे साथ, बहुत अच्छी बात. Use the teacher for such things. Teacher can make things easy for you. Get that? So let us continue with this. So कल ये question था. I think that question has been answered to all, and everybody knows now the hottest temperature is not at 12 o'clock. Hottest temperature is at 2 p.m. So first time ये concept समझ आया. चलिए अच्छी बात है. First time आया तो हर time के लिए अब समझ आ गया है. So where are we? We are on the climatology lecture 3. Today we are going to talk about issues related to humidity and pressure. But because we had not done heat budget yesterday, so heat budget तो complete करना पड़ेगा. Yes or no? Heat budget complete करना पड़ेगा. What did we do? We did it for the planet. Planet as a whole, whatever comes, it goes. Get that? Now we need to do something else. Planetary heat budget is perfect balance. कल एक चीज बोली थी, albedo. Remember what is albedo? The reflective capacity. What is the average albedo of Earth? Average albedo of Earth is 0.3 to 0.4. 0.3 to 0.4. Get that? कल के एग्जाम्पल में हमने कितना लिया था? ये 0.3 0.4 क्या है? ये ऐसे लिखा जाता है. आपको मिलता किसमें है? परसेंटेज टर्म्स में. When it becomes percentage terms, it will become 30 to 40%. Is everyone okay? So yesterday's example, it was 35. You will find some examples, some books which will take 38 also. Possible or not? ये मैंने आपको बताया कि ये हमारा 35 to 40 है albedo. एल्बिडो से कोई क्वेश्चन आता है, एल्बिडो से क्वेश्चन ऐसा कोई खास तो नहीं आता है, बट यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दैट एल्बिडो ऑफ आइस इज मोर देन वाटर. यस, so question which has come in prelims is why Arctic melting is a problem for global warming. Melting of polar ice caps, why is it a problem for global warming? वैश्विक तापन में क्या समस्या है, जल्दी से बताइए. लेस एल्बिडो. जब तक आइस है तो the sun rays insolation will come and strike and go back. But if you replace ice, now it is water. Water will also reflect, but the reflective power of water is less. Water will in turn absorb. ठीक है. लेस रेडिएशन रिलीज एंड मोर कैप्चर बाय अर्थ नहीं मेगा, वो नहीं कहेंगे. जो स्पेसिफिक आंसर है वो जवाब देना है. आइस हैज मोर रिफ्लेक्टिव पावर, सो आइस रिफ्लेक्ट्स मोर. वाटर रिफ्लेक्ट्स लेस एंड अब्सॉर्ब्स मोर. ठीक है. सीएसई सेइंग नेट रेडिएशन विल नॉट बी एब्सोल्यूट जीरो. ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं, सिंपल क्वेश्चन था. आइस और वाटर का एल्बिडो कंपेयर कर रहे थे, आप उसको जबरदस्ती रॉकेट साइंस ना बताएं. ठीक है. सिंपल थिंग्स, लेट अस कीप देम सिंपल. ओके. डेजर्ट्स, हां तभी टेंपरेचर बढ़ेगा, वो ज्यादा अब्सॉर्ब करेगा. अभी तो रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा था. डेजर्ट्स हैव मच हायर एल्बिडो देन रेन फॉरेस्ट. ऐसा कैसे हो गया? रिमेंबर डेजर्ट्स आर सैंड. Sand reflects more. Forest leaves है वो absorb करेंगे. ठीक है. That's also there. Is it a way that people paint their roofs white? White roof versus black roof. Can you understand? अपनी छत को सफेद क्यों किया जाता है? Because white will reflect and black will absorb. I hope you understand. तो वो albedo वाली बात है. Everyone with me. Now we're talking about latitudinal. So heat surplus, heat deficit की बात हो रही है. So I have a request for all of you. Fresh sheet पर बनाएंगे latitudinal heat budget. Graph. Quickly, an important concept which we could not do in yesterday's class because we were taking all the doubts, or doubts भी important थे, so I had to take those doubts. So इसलिए वो करना पड़ा. But today we need to focus on this. Is everyone with me? If you're with me, that's good. So graph बनाएंगे हम. Y axis, X axis, Y axis. ठीक है. Perfect. Now pay attention. This is equator. This is equator. This is pole 90 degrees south, pole 90 degrees north. Sun's heat insolation, remember sun is the primary source of heating on the planet. Yes. Does it fall, the heat insolation, is it received equally at all latitudes or differently? Sir, different. Sir, equator gets the maximum. Okay, perfect. So equator gets the maximum. Get that? And pole get less. Can I say this is the insolation curve of Earth? What is this? Insolation curve. Now I want to see the heat of the planet. So obviously equator will have more heat. Equator will have more heat. We understand that. That's simple. But that's too simple. Because if you want to have the heat, you should also know the expenditure. You should also know the expenditure. Now, will there be terrestrial radiations coming from equator? Yes. Will there be terrestrial radiations at pole also? At equator, there will be terrestrial radiations. Will there be terrestrial radiations at pole also? That means pole also loses heat. Yes, both equator and pole, they lose heat. But do they lose the same amount of heat? No, no, no. So just like the poles receive less heat, they will lose also less heat. Why? Because of the simple thermodynamics law, hot body gives out more heat. Yes or no? Hot body gives out more heat. So we found that equator gives out more heat also. And poles give out less heat. Is everyone okay? So let us complete this also. This is the curve of, what is this? This is the curve of terrestrial radiation curve. Is everyone with me? Terrestrial radiation curve. True. Sir, between sand and water which have higher albedo, बेटा ऐसे compare करना मुश्किल है. ऐसे compare करना मुश्किल है. Why upside at poles than insolation? अरे एक बात बताओ प्रियंका. Your father has a salary. Your father has a salary of 50,000 rupees per month. Okay. Please don't take the example personally. You might feel अरे यार ऐसे नहीं. Or someone's father has a salary of 50,000 rupees per month. Okay. And he has a young family to support. He has 2 children to support. Their education is costly. And he's spending 60,000 rupees per month. Is it possible or impossible? Or it is normal? Possible, sir. Very much possible. Possible or impossible? So many people are saying impossible. Why are you saying impossible here? Again, Ronak is saying impossible. Why is it impossible? कैसे impossible है भाई? आपकी जरूरत है. जब 10 लाख कहां से आएगा सर्वेश्वर? कर्जे से आएगा. He will take loan. आप एक बात बताओ, so many students are studying on student loan or not? So many people go abroad on loan, जाते कि नहीं जाते? सर आप तो ऐसी बात कर रहे हो. How can you say that? That is why you could not accept that how come in polar region there is more terrestrial radiation is more. ये तो possible ही नहीं है सर. Possible क्यों नहीं है? Terrestrial radiation. And do you want to know that the polar region are on loan? Polar region are frozen. Why are they frozen? Isn't frozen minus 10 degrees a symbol of that the heat is less? True or not? भाई अगर इक्वल होता तो जीरो होता ना. मुझे तो समझ में नहीं आपको कैसे डाउट हो गया. सर हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? भाई मैं हीट लूज कर रहा हूं. कैसे हो? सुन हम कह रहे नहीं आया समझ. अरे भाई वो कर्व है. You can go and measure it. We can go and measure the amount of terrestrial radiations which are going because every body will give out heat. से इक्वेटर से कम होगा पर इंसोलेशन से ज्यादा हो सकता है. हॉरिजॉन्टल भी होगा. भाई क्यों होगा? अगर इक्वल हो जाएगा तो जीरो हो जाएगा ना फिर. Neither any increase nor decrease, but there is तो cooling happening. एक बात बताओ everyone, you tell me one thing. If you switch off your refrigerator, can the ice still stay there? Or will the ice melt? वो बोल रहा है yes. अरे ice will melt. Try कर लेना, आज ही कर लेना. Refrigerator 3 दिन ऑफ कर दो, उसके बाद चेक कर लेना. So for ice to stay, what should happen? More cooling. That means the heat should be taken. Refrigerator, what does it do? It takes away heat, no? तो सन की जो हीट है या जो भी हीट है वहां पर वो रेडिएट तो कर रहा है बट रिसीव उतना नहीं कर रहा है. So as a result, in this part, this curve is higher. तो ये वैल्यू है. You can go and check the value. कि कितना फ्लक्स ऑफ हीट है. This part of the planet, where mostly the sun remains, sun as the major factor. The primary factor has a big role to play over here. Sun's insolation. Yes or no? Sun's insolation that is there. तो यहाँ पर this is higher, so this will become heat excess. But in this case, which curve is higher? This curve is higher. This curve is higher. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? Heat deficit. अरे यार, tell me a country. Let us make red line as income and green line as expenditure. So country का budget ऐसे ही बनता है. Yes or no? Certain sectors are excess, certain sectors are deficit. ऐसे ही तो बनता है. Sir, how is it possible, sir, that agriculture is deficit? अरे भाई agriculture में subsidy दे रहे हैं. We are giving so much of subsidy. The government is investing so much on irrigation. So उनका expenditure ज़्यादा है और वो कम है. Sir, but roads are so good, sir. Roads are collecting tax. But still, to build a new road, it takes more money. So the budget on infrastructure is deficit. And what is the government doing? Government has promised in the budget that we will increase our spending in capex. What is capex? Capital expenditure. हम करेंगे, चिंता मत करो आप. हमारा deficit बढ़ जाएगा. Am I talking a normal thing? I just said a father who has an income of 50,000 rupees a month, he can still spend 60,000 rupees a month on his family, with the hope that in the future my kids will grow up. वो अपनी सैलरी खुद अर्न करेंगे, अपना लोन खुद चुका देंगे. करते हैं ना माँ बाप, ऐसे कर सकते हैं. A father has to get his children married, तो वो पहले ब्याज पे पैसा ले लेते हैं, बच्चों की शादी में लगा दिया. उनके पास कमी रहेगी. Possible or not? I want to start a business, and for that business I don't have the money. I borrow money. Yes or no? Can I do that? तो मान ही नहीं रहे तुम लोग. हाँ सर, बिजनेस में समझ आ गया सर, बजट में भी समझ में आ गया, पर ज्योग्राफी में नहीं मानूंगा. मत मानो, कोई रोक थोड़ी सकता है. दिस इज डेमोक्रेसी. यू कैन से मैं नहीं मानता, बट है तो ये सच तो ये है. Poles get heat from equator side to horizontal. Sir, here can we consider this factor also? Friend, I'm not bothered where they are getting the heat. Did I say they are getting the heat from this or getting the heat as मोमबत्ती लेके मैं खड़ा हूँ? Did I say? Did I go by the sources? I think all sources taken together. All sources taken together. All sources taken together. That is what is happening in the regions outside 37 degrees north or south. ये देखा गया है, ये वैल्यू है, that is there. So why not terrestrial radiation more than insolation on equator? अरे बाबा, फिर वही वाली बात है कि टेरेस्ट्रियल रेडिएशन, क्योंकि जो इंसुलेशन है दैट इज मच मोर हर जगह टेरेस्ट्रियल. फिर यार एक ही बात, सिंपल सी बात है, आप मुझे बताओ, कैन द सन्स हीट बी लेस देन द मून्स हीट? कैन द सन्स हीट बी लेस देन द मून्स हीट? नो. तो वो तो हमेशा ही होगा व्हेन देयर इज सन इज एक्सेस. सो ऑलवेज यार, इंसुलेशन विल बी, कैन वी से टेरेस्ट्रियल रेडिएशन, कैन इट बी मोर देन इंसुलेशन? कैन इट बी मोर देन इंसुलेशन इन नॉर्मल सर्कमस्टेंसेस? आप बता दो, क्या बात कर रहे हैं यार? फिर तो हमने पूरा ही गलत हो गया ना. फिर तो जितना सन दे रहा है उतना अर्थ दे रहा है. अर्थ एंड सन दोनों टक्कर के हो गए. तो वो पोल पे क्यों नहीं अप्लाई होता? तो पोल पे तो देखो, कुछ लोगों को सिर्फ डिबेट के लिए डिबेट करना और समझना नहीं है. एक बात बताओ, कैन यू लुक एट द सन विद नेकेड आई? कैन यू लुक एट द सन विद नेकेड आई? नो ना. टुडे मॉर्निंग आई सॉ सनराइज. Today morning I saw sunrise with a red ball. How is that possible? Sir, you saw in the morning, sir. That time the sun was rising, sir. That was not full heat, no, sir. That was the bend light. True or not? So that's also possible. Now, two things are true. You cannot see the sun with naked eye. That's true. You can see the sun with naked eye in the morning. That's also true. True है ना? दोनों बात true है कि नहीं? Yes or no? फिर रेहान बैठ के एंथ्रोपोजेनिक एक्टिविटी मोर एट कंपेयर. अरे मैंने कहा यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है वो बताया क्या आपको? ये बोला, एक बोला एंथ्रोपोजेनिक. फिर बोलेगा वहां जाकर इग्लू में जो है आग लगा के बैठा है, जबरदस्ती का यार। गवर्नमेंट इज सेइंग दैट आवर एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन एग्रीकल्चर इज मोर देन आवर इनकम इन एग्रीकल्चर। नहीं तो ना सड़क तो एक तो यूरिया को दिया होगा, फिर किसान को जो वो किसान दे रहा है ना पीएम किसान, उसकी वजह से हो गया होगा, बता रहे क्या? मतलब कैन आई एम टॉकिंग टू पीपल हु आर ग्रेजुएट्स एंड आई एम गिविंग देम अ ग्राफ एंड दे सिंपली रिफ्यूज टू से हाँ जी ग्राफ में सर ये है। देखो वहां पर ना एक रेनडियर था, रेनडियर ने फ्रेश सुसु किया, यस दैट वाज वार्म, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट हीट इज मोर। क्या बात कर रहे हैं यार? वो विजय बोला सर गाइस लेट सर कंप्लीट द टॉपिक फर्स्ट। विजय आई हैव कंप्लीटेड द टॉपिक। एक और आया, वो मेरी हेल्प करने आ गया, सर को बचा लेता हूं मैं, मुझे ना बचाओ। गाइस लेट सर फिनिश द टॉपिक फर्स्ट। दैट शोज कि तुमको समझ नहीं आ रहा है, अभी तुमको और करना है, ये बहुत सही है भाई, खत्म हो गया, दैट्स इट, दिस इज द रियलिटी। डू यू गेट दैट इफ वन कंपेयर्स द इंसोलेशन कर्व विद दैट, तो कल किसी ने अपना एक फोटो खींच के भेजा था, वो है ये कर्व एनसीईआरटी में भी दिया हुआ है। इज दिस कर्व गिवन इन एनसीईआरटी आल्सो? आधे लोग तो ऐसे ही मतलब मेरी संवेदना मास्टर जी के साथ है, लेट मी हेल्प मास्टर जी, सर जी मैं थोड़ा समझ रहा हूँ, पूरा समझ ले भाई, दिस इज इट, देयर इज नथिंग एल्स, देयर इज नो रॉकेट साइंस, दैट्स इट। मोर हीट इन द ट्रॉपिकल एरियाज, दीज आर द प्रिंसिपल फैक्टर ऑन इंसोलेशन विल ऑलवेज बी देयर, एंड वी आल्सो सेड, इसीलिए कहा था आपको कि दैट इन द ट्रॉपिकल एंड सब ट्रॉपिकल रीजन इवन द टेम्परेचर रेंज इज लो, बिकॉज सन इज इतनी हीट है यार, उसका कोई मुकाबला ही नहीं, सन टेक्स ओवर एवरीथिंग। यस नो? और ये बहुत ज्यादा फर्क नहीं होगा, दिस विल बी अ माइनर वन, माइनर गैप, बट दैट गैप इज towards this side, so this is heat deficit, this is heat surplus. Is everyone okay or not? This is called latitudinal heat budget graph. NCERT में भी ये दिया है, Savinder Singh also this is given, somebody asked it out there also, it is given, and it is given in this thing. I took the time of explaining it through economics, through papa's income, through whatever we are talking about, that's there. Yes, Abhishek बोला did not understand, क्या समझ नहीं आया ये तो बता दो, what did you not understand? तो ठीक है, you did not understand, what did you not understand? What did you not understand? अभिषेक आपसे पूछ रहे हैं भाई, ये तो बताओगे डिड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज टाइपिंग डिड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड तो कुछ मेहनत लगती नहीं ना, ये तो बताओ क्या नहीं समझ में आया चाचा, व्हाट यू डिड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड। भाई व्हाट यू वांट टू आस्क वो पूछो तो सही, रेज हैंड से पूछना चाहता हूँ, क्या पूछना चाहता हूँ ये तो बताओ। अभिषेक जी बताएंगे या फिर आपने बटन दबा दिया है? बटन कोई भी दबाओ। अभिषेक कहने से क्लास स्टक हो रही है, हाँ तो क्लास स्टक हो रही है तो प्लीज उस क्लास को देख लीजिएगा। So there is income, there is expenditure, उसमें अंतर है। Do we get that? So millions of years से heat deficit हुआ था, काफी deficit हुआ। So here we can use simple logic in tropic insolation remains throughout the year. See, I think Yash, this is Yash talking about it. वो बोल रहा है कि this is 6 month day, 6 month night, 6 month night. I can also say that there is albedo. Yes or no? Can I say that also? Can I say there is methane getting released and that is causing all those things? Again saying the same thing, why are you giving all those factors? There can be n number of factors. N number of factors. All factors have contributed to the fact that the amount of heat radiated by all latitudes outside 37 degrees is more than the net amount of heat received. As a result, this area becomes heat deficit. CSE saying, sir, axis is a heat scale, right? अरे भाई जो मर्जी ले ले यार, जब ये इंसोलेशन का कर्व है तो इंसोलेशन ही होगा ना, अमाउंट ऑफ हीट ही होगा। Insolation and terrestrial radiation, what are they? They are a measure of heat only, no? So where terrestrial radiation is high, then there will be heat deficit. हाँ तो बताया तो बच्चे, यहाँ पर terrestrial radiation is high, so that means the loss is high. यहाँ पर क्या है? Insolation gain is low, so as a result deficit. Here insolation curve is high, terrestrial radiation is low. अभी तक तो समझ ही नहीं थे इनको, एक्स और वाई समझ ही नहीं आता है, तो सर ने बना दिया वी वर मेकिंग फोटो। अरे नीचे इक्वेटर है और ये जो है आपका कर्व इज इंसोलेशन कर्व, ये लिखा तो था बाद में, क्या लिखा था, मजाक लिखा था क्या? एक ग्राफ को लेकर पब्लिक ने आतंक मचा रखा है। इट्स जस्ट अबाउट व्हिच कर्व इज हायर। इंसोलेशन कर्व सिग्निफाइज द रिसीट ऑफ हीट, टेरेस्ट्रियल रेडिएशन कर्व सिग्निफाइज द लॉस ऑफ हीट। सो इन द बेल्ट 37 to 37 द नेट हीट रिसीव्ड इज मोर। एक बात बताओ, Did we not do this in this also? ये तो अभी भी थोड़ी देर पहले किया था या नहीं किया था? ठीक है, इज एवरीवन क्लियर विद दिस और नॉट? ये बताओ तब आगे बढ़ेंगे। जिसको समझ नहीं आया वो पूछ भी लो क्या समझ नहीं आ रहा। नाउ कम्स द क्वेश्चन, नाउ कम्स द क्वेश्चन। That if this area is heat excess, if this area is heat excess, है that? So भी सीएससी को अपने विचार व्यक्त करने हैं, उसके बिना मानेंगे नहीं। चलिए व्यक्त करिए। हाँ जी बताइए, क्या बताना चाहते हैं, क्या फरमाना चाहते हैं?
सर आई एम श्योर दैट जो सर मेरे माइंड में डाउट आ रहा है वही सबके में आ रहा होगा शायद। आई एम नॉट श्योर सर, मैं कंफर्म नहीं हूं, बट मैं अपनी बात रखना चाह रहा हूं कि सर मेरी आवाज आ रही है ना अब तक?
यस यस।
सर जो अर्थ है, एग्जांपल हम पूरा उसको ग्राफिकली पिक्टोग्राफिकली सोचें तो जो सन से ऑब्लिक रेज आ रही हैं और वो जब पोल पे जा रही हैं तो जो हीट ट्रांसफर हो रहा है अर्थ पे वो ऑब्वियसली ज्यादा होगा, और जो टेरेस्ट्रियल रेडिएशन आएगा वो हम एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे वो सन की हीट से कम होगी, राइट सर?
हाँ ठीक है,
तो इफ हीट आ रही है फॉर एग्जांपल 10 यूनिट्स, तो टेरेस्ट्रियल रेडिएशन विल बी लेस देन 10 यूनिट्स, राइट? वेदर इट इज एट इक्वेटर और इट इज एट पोल।
भाई ये तो आप कह रहे हैं ना, आप कह रहे हैं ना। मैं कह रहा हूँ टेरेस्ट्रियल रेडिएशन इज, यहाँ पे 10 नहीं आएगी ना, यहाँ पे 10 आएगी, तो यहाँ पर कितनी आ रही है? यहाँ पर 1 ही आ रही है।
हाँ ओके सर, लेट इट
वहाँ पे अगर इंसुलेशन 10 आई, यहाँ पर 1 आई है, और यहाँ पे टेरेस्ट्रियल रेडिएशन कितनी है? यहाँ पे टेरेस्ट्रियल रेडिएशन 8 है और यहाँ पर 1.5 है।
हाँ सर, बस वहीं पे ये डाउट आ रहा है कि सर जब सन की हीट से ज्यादा अर्थ कैसे एमिट कर सकता है सर?
तो उसी के लिए तो पापा का एग्जांपल दिया था, उसी के लिए तो किसी ने ये भी बताया था 6 मंथ डे, उसी के लिए तो एल्बिडो की भी बात हो रही थी, उसी के लिए तो ये सारी बातें हो रही थी। भाई कितने सारी चीजों के एग्जाम्पल भी तो दिए गए, लेकिन अगर आप अपने ही उसमें सोच में अटके हुए हैं कि जो मेरे को लगता है यही वो है, तो फिर आगे कैसे बढ़े?
नो सर, जस्ट आई एम क्लियरिंग वो जो रीजंस थे सर वो इकोनॉमिक और ये थोड़े नेचुरल ज्योग्राफिकल है, तो सर आई थॉट दिस इज गोइंग टू बी डिफरेंट।
भाई सब मान लिया यार, आप मुझे एक चीज बताइए कि वी आर इन दिस और आप कह रहे हो कि नहीं जी मेरे को ये मानना ही नहीं है, मेरे को लग रहा है ये बिलीव ही नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, तो ये हो रहा है भाई, क्या करूँ?
ओके सर, ऑलराइट ऑलराइट, थैंक यू।
गेट दैट? और आपने कहा कि मैं बोल के बताना चाहता हूँ, आपने बोल के बता दिया। इज एवरीवन ओके? 10 यूनिट्स इंसुलेशन, 1 यूनिट इंसुलेशन, डू वी अंडरस्टैंड? पोल पे विल बी लेस, पोल पे इट विल बी less. Is everyone okay? Because insulation is high, heat is high, so 8 units, and here it is 1.5 units. Why 1.5 units? सर आया कहाँ से 1.5 units? अरे बाबा 1.5 अगर नहीं होता तो will it become 0 degree Celsius? Because it was excess, that is why it froze over there. Yes or no? Otherwise will water freeze over there? So can we also say by this graph that greenhouse use होते हैं in higher latitude? प्रशांत इसको इस ग्राफ से क्या लेना देना? greenhouse is the effect where you trap the heat. Yes, वो कहीं पर भी हो सकते हैं where you have less heat, तो इसको इस ग्राफ से क्यों जोड़े? Up to you are telling that greenhouse gases are used in the cold areas. That's okay, that's a good thing, that's a correct thing. Why force it with this graph? इस ग्राफ से तो कुछ नहीं ना। Get it? So funny thing is that we are trying to bring economics also. Sir economics में आ गए लेकिन ज्योग्राफी में मानने का मन नहीं कर रहा। कैसे मानने का मन नहीं कर रहा? एक बात बताओ everyone, you tell me one thing. At night you slept, there was water. You are in Srinagar and you slept, there was water on the road. In the morning you woke up, it is ice. In the morning you woke up, it is ice. Water has turned to ice. Am I joking or reality? I'm not talking about anything. I'm saying, is it possible? कि दिन में पानी था, रात में आइस हो गया. That means रात में क्या हुआ? Radiation loss हुआ. Yes or no? हुआ. But the loss was more than what was the heat already, because the heat which was already there was enough to make it water. But loss was so much, so negative हो गया. उस वजह से क्या हो गया? This actually water turned into ice. So it actually happened. I'm not joking. I'm not making a hypothetical thing. I'm saying real things happen. आपने यहीं पर मॉर्निंग में देखा होगा यार, यार आप ही के शहर में हो जाता है. There is moisture in the air, no problem. You don't see it. You don't see it. You wake up in the morning 5:30, which is the coldest time. Suddenly fog comes. Why the fog has come? Because the radiation is getting lost, and loss was more than the receipt. Loss was more than the receipt. As a result, the temperature started going down, and moment it went down below dew point, it condensed. Raj is also trying to give me some ज्ञान. राज मैं पढ़ भी नहीं रहा हूँ सेंटेंस, because you are trying to tell you why ये हो रहा है. मैं तो आपसे why पूछ नहीं रहा. मैंने कहा why के तो बहुत सारे factors हो सकते हैं. There can be multiple reasons. So terrestrial radiation emits more, maybe because atmosphere is colder comparative to land. कुछ भी. So imagination नहीं करने को कह रहा हूँ यहाँ पर. एक तो आपने बुक नहीं पढ़ी है, ऊपर से आधे लोग यहाँ चाचा चौधरी बन के एक्सप्लेन भी करना चाहते हैं, और ऊपर से बोले सर what I think is my doubt and what all other people are having doubt is sir actually it is not possible that it goes. सबके चाचा चौधरी हमें सर सबका मुझे पता चल गया डाउट कहाँ पर है. ये कह के भाई आप बता रहे हो कि मेरा डाउट है. You don't have to take the support of everyone. Number one. Second is, please do not give some hypothetical reason because atmosphere is cold. भाई आपने पढ़ा कहीं से? आप कहीं से पढ़ दो तो अच्छी बात है. I am to simply telling you that it is very, very normal that if Delhi had a temperature of 8 degrees Celsius, is everyone okay with me? 8 degrees Celsius means it is a measure of a heat, because temperature is a measure of heat or not? And this was a result of what? Some insolation, yes or no? And now at 5:30 am, Delhi's temperature is 3 degrees Celsius. And what has happened? Fog has also formed. So now this is also a measure of heat. Is everyone okay? So can I say in the night, what happened to the net heat in Delhi? In the night, what happened to the net heat in Delhi? The net heat was lost. It lost. How can you be so sure? Sir, because the measure of heat, the temperature has come down. So how can I be sure that in the poles that the more heat is being lost? Because the temperature is going down. Because temperature is the measure of heat. Temperature is the measure of heat. True or not? So I am ice. I am ice. Ice surface is giving out heat. Ice surface is giving out heat. How many units? 1 unit. True. And this is say for example land. This is land, some temperate land. This is polar region and this is temperate region. In temperate region, the energy received is how many units? Say 5 units. And temperate regions are releasing 4 units. So how much is left? 1 is surplus. So they are warm temperate, 30 to 45. Now here there is only 1 unit coming. So 1 unit coming, 1 unit going is a balance, yes or no? But the problem is because of ice, this radiates back. This does not absorb all of the 1. This radiates back 0.2. So ice normally is giving out how many units? Terrestrial radiation, 1 unit. Is the terrestrial radiation which is already going out. Yes. How much is the insolation in ice? 1 unit. But it did not take even 1. Usne kitna liya? Only 0.8. Because 0.2 was albedo. Yes or no? So net how much? 0.8 is the receipt and 1 is the normal outgoing. So how much is it? Minus 0.2. Everybody, I don't know whether you realized or not. 55 minutes have gone into this. 55 minutes have gone into this to just generate a consensus कि हाँ ये possible है. And how do you intend to complete the course like this when this is already there in NCERT also? So कितने लोग यहाँ पर सोचना शुरू करते पहली बार? Many people start thinking for the first time in the class and then like not possible. Sir, actually मन नहीं मान रहा है. चलो कर लिया. See, many things will come. This is just the 3rd class. Will it keep the process slowing down? Yes or no? And do I need to remind you that in foundation you did the same thing with your NCERTs? Neither you got concept clarity nor you were able to complete things. I also want to tell you one more thing. What shape is this? Triangle. Perfect. So this is a triangle. Everybody sees that this is a triangle. True. Some people are saying incomplete triangle. So you are saying incomplete, but you're not saying circle. You're still saying triangle, no? Why are you not calling it a circle? Why is nobody calling it a circle? Because it is not a circle, sir. How can you be so sure? Sir, it is not a circle. But this is still an incomplete figure. Sir, so what? Sir, look, you haven't drawn this, but our mind is seeing this like this. Sir, this is a circle. This is a triangle. No, I'm not saying that this is a triangle. I'm just saying this is the face of a monkey. No, sir, nonsense. This is very low probability, sir. We know that this is a triangle. So everyone, please understand. This is how our brain works. Our brain looks at things in totality. Whenever there are gaps, the brain will fill it up. That's a guarantee. That is why we learn something called as extrapolation of curves. कि curve ऐसे जाते हैं, करते हैं नहीं करते? आपने कभी have you ever watched a suspense thriller or a novel, crime novel? What is it doing? It is challenging your mind. You are thinking who's the criminal, who did the murder or something like that. Yes or no? And the worst you can do to someone about a crime thriller movie is before he enters the hall, tell him, पता है murder इसने किया. Do you spoil all the fun or not? True or not? That's the spoiler. You tell them. Now you know what you are doing. You want, Sachin sir, please draw the line everywhere. Please do not give us any triangle like this. Sir, we don't understand this. No, sir, our brain is refusing to understand this, and that is called spoon feeding. लाल और लालियों, मेरे लाल मेरे लालियों, बस मेरी क्लास करते जाओ और आप आईएएस बन गए. चरस मेरे पास है हाई डोज. स्पून फीडिंग. कॉमा भी बताओ, फुल स्टॉप भी बताओ. So I said, no, we will not spoon feed you. You have 6 hours. Finish GC Leong. Whatever is the gap, visit it again. फिर से देखेंगे, कोई बात नहीं. ये सुनो, ऐसे आता है न्यूज़पेपर में, कभी किसी ने देखा ऐसा कुछ? Have you seen this? ऐसा देखा कभी? क्या होता है ये? These are word puzzle, sudoku है. एक बार में नहीं होता ना solve. Or does it solve in one go? No, sir, we have to look at it again, look at it again, look at it again. Yes or no? What did I do with GC Leong? I said, let's do one thing. Let's do GC Leong. This. You only could see this much in the first reading. Second reading, you saw this also. Second reading, you saw this also. Third reading, you saw this. Sir, this is triangle. I understand GC Leong, sir. This is how our mind works. नहीं सर, मैं आपसे जरा लाइव बात करना चाहता हूँ, आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि एक्चुअली सब बच्चों को कहाँ प्रॉब्लम है. यहाँ प्रॉब्लम है सर. सब बच्चे की दिमाग ना, God has given us that gift that we can fill up the blanks, but we want to behave like a second class student. Sir, lollipop please. Sir, अब छिलका भी हटा के दो ना सर, if you can remove this thing. And that is happening in online classes. That is happening in online classes. वो जो मंकी बनाया था, ये ऑनलाइन वाला जमूरा है. क्यों बच्चों मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा? बिल्कुल समझ आ रहा है, कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं, बिल्कुल कोई दिक्कत नहीं सर. जब तक आप हो तब तक मैं आईएएस हूँ. बिल्कुल बढ़िया. रोज रात को अगरबत्ती जला के मेरी फोटो देखा करो, तुम आईएएस हो गए. That's what we are talking about. And what here a teacher is saying, I'm not telling anything. भाई ये बताओ आप, यार दो ग्राफ है, one is heat received, one is heat loss. That is there, and is it possible? Yes sir, it is possible. How do we know that? Because the temperature is going down. What is temperature? Temperature is the value of heat. Sir, I can accept this. What is wrong with that? You spend 1 hour in this class को extend करते हैं तो बहुत लोगों का lunch भी मारा जाता है, अपना भी मारा जाता है. But on a graph, sir, feel आया आज पर, बहुत feel आया. And tell me, how many books have you wasted time like this? You wanted me to waste time? आप wasted, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं, मैंने बता दिया कि this is why you were not able to gain from your 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th NCERT, because you read things like this. Whereas if this thing is एक बार देखा, दो बार देखा, अरे यार आप बताइए, दो बार तो बताया, उससे पहले भी बताया. Today morning we started the class with the graphs. There you understood. Or probably there you were not even listening, किसी और का डाउट है, जिसका डाउट है उसकी प्रॉब्लम. True or not? Everyone a request. Everyone a serious request. Please read, and read is different from study. Yes or no? इसीलिए फाउंडेशन करवाया. People who did not attend the foundation class, make sure you look at that. Learn the reading techniques. Our mind is so sharp, it can understand what this is. Now people are asking, अच्छा what is, इतना जब फंस गया, अच्छा what is y axis sir? अच्छा amount of heat, ओहो अच्छा this करो, अच्छा ओ हाँ हो तो सकता है, अब हो सकता है. 65 minutes में it is possible. Okay sir, we give you sir पैसा वसूल, you gave us, and here we have someone who's saying sir 15 minutes 15 days का सब्सक्रिप्शन रह गया, अब क्या करूं? ये सर वो ग्रुप पे बताता है कि किसी ने लिखा है ग्रुप पे, भाई लोग मेरा सब्सक्रिप्शन कम है, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं है टीचर्स को देखने का, कौन से तुम ही लोग बता दो. लालो लालियों वाले बहुत मजेदार है. ट्रू और नॉट? रेटिंग आ जाती है एकदम से. सो ऐसे क्वेश्चन सर पढ़ाने के बाद ना टीचर आल्सो वंडर्स, यार क्या पढ़ा रहा हूँ, किसको पढ़ा रहा हूँ. यस, सिंपल चीज समझ आई कि नहीं आई भाई? That is a very simple thing, that energy measurements have shown us that the heat received from 37 to 37, where primary factor main heat source sun gives more, and definitely the insolation and outgoing, those values are different, but here we find that slight difference is in the favor of this. अभी exit poll में जो भी आया, final result में थोड़ा सा भी ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है कि नहीं हो सकता है. And this will go to BJP, this will go to non BJP. Yes or no? Possible or not? Sir, possible नहीं. Sir, you know EVM में गड़बड़ है sir. You can do whatever you want. I am to saying that the data is there, and this is what we are talking about. Let us continue on this. So let us, I hope with this experience of 1 hour we have taken on one topic, I hope you realize the futility of doing this exercise. I hope can we save ourselves from this futile exercise आगे के लिए. ठीक है, सीधा डाउट पूछना है सर, ये डाउट है, क्लास के स्टार्टिंग में अपना डाउट पूछे, एंड वर्क ऑन दिस. अननेसेसरली जो ग्राफ सीधा दिख रहा हो उसमें ढूंढना बंद करिए. देयर आर सो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स हु स्टार्ट सेइंग कांट बी सो इजी. मुझे समझ आ रहा है, इतना मतलब मुझे समझ आ गया. नहीं, कुछ तो कैच है, देयर मस्ट बी सम कैच. देयर इज नो कैच, एब्सोल्युटली नो कैच. You are very smart and you are understanding it because you are smart. Do we get that? Problem comes here. If the heat is excess for billions of years, this belt of earth, which is heat excess, is collecting heat. Yes or no? Should it not melt? It will melt over there. If it is collecting heat, what will happen? It will melt. True or not? And this one, deficit, should have a temperature of minus 500 degrees Celsius. True? सौरभ is saying freeze. Freeze तो है ही है. सौरभ freeze तो है, minus 500 डिग्री सेल्सियस हो जाएगा और ये 2000 डिग्री सेल्सियस हो जाएगा. Possible or not? होना चाहिए, but नहीं है. Again the mind, this is what the mind does. This is what the mind does. Mind is supposed to solve the problem. So this is not happening. It should happen. Normally our mind will say it should happen then, but it is not happening. Not happening means something must be stopping it from happening. What will stop it from happening? Physics. What is physics? Heat exchange. Purvi saying wind will carry heat from equator to pole. I don't know, Purvi. Heat exchange will happen. Otherwise, it is not possible. And how can heat exchange happen? 3 ways. What are the 3 ways? Conduction, convection, radiation. Yes or no? Raj is saying redistribution. Absolutely. Whosoever is thinking, कुछ तो change हो रहा है जी. कहीं से redistribution is happening. You are thinking correct. Your mind is sharp enough. Now we are looking at radiation. Radiation is between 2 bodies. तो एक body से दूसरा body यहाँ पर radiation ये तो नहीं हो पाया. तो radiation is not the best way. Then the next one is conduction. Conduction is at the point of contact. So इधर होगा. True. That's okay. Conduction is there. But what about this area? Big problem. So what is left now? Third one, where the medium moves. Medium moves vertically and medium moves horizontally. Convection and conduction. Now, which one moves? Solid, liquid, or gases? Sir, fluids move. What are fluids? Liquid and gases. Do we have anything on the planet which is fluid and which can help in this heat exchange? Sir, we have water, we have oceans, okay, and we have atmosphere also. Wow. So everyone, a big rule, a very, very big rule of geography. All atmospheric and hydrospheric dynamism. Atmosphere में air moves, oceans में water moves, is aimed at achieving latitudinal heat budget. Is everyone okay? Budget या balance? बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हो. ये याद रहेगा. मतलब गुरु मंत्र है ये. If somebody asks you why does the wind blow, sir, heat balance. No, sir, it is actually, sir, pressure difference. Why the pressure difference? Because of imbalance. Do we get that? जितना drama हो रहा है. Ocean currents, why do they flow? Heat. If the ocean currents stop flowing, what will happen? Have you heard that if ocean currents stop flowing, ice age will come? ऐसा सुना है नहीं सुना है? Remember, AMOC में एक class लिया था, special class, Atlantic Meridional Oceanic Circulation, overturning circulation. If the ocean currents stop, what will happen? Heat budget problem. If the winds, we play too much with the winds, what will happen? Heat budget. Is everyone okay? ये ज़्यादा important concept है. This is a more important concept. So as a planet, the heat is balanced. As a planet, the heat is balanced, but latitudinally, we find very clear, distinct zones of heat excess and heat deficit. अब सुनो, एक और चीज, 37 लिखा है, 240 लिख रहा हूँ. किसी किताब में अगर 40 लिख गया, तो लड़ना मत. स्टूडेंट्स भक्त हो जाते हैं. मेरे सर ने 37 का है, मेरे वाले ने 40 का है. तेरा वाला गलत, मेरा वाला अच्छा है. Do we get that? So it is not about अच्छा बुरा. It is about that value which we are looking at. Around that, we find that is there. Is everyone okay or not? And I've always maintained that teaching atmosphere is more of a challenge because लोग imagine नहीं कर पाते. Remember I told you, fish was asked where is water. Fish ने कहा मैंने कभी water देखा ही नहीं. Yes or no? So when I talk to you about atmosphere, यार believe नहीं हो रहा यार, इसके पास है नहीं, दे कैसे रहा है? How can it be? Loss is more than the gain. Why there is a value to it. The temperature is going down. That shows the degree of heat is going down. जो आपके पास नहीं है वो दे रहे हो. True or not? Possible. Boys and girls are dying in Ukraine because of something called as hypothermia. What is hypothermia? When you are in cold condition, your body is not able to maintain its temperature. Remember, हमारी body is set up to maintain a temperature. एक point तक रहेगा. Up to a point, your body will keep on generating that. But after that point, what will happen? Moment your body gives up, your body will start losing fast. So मेरी body में तो heat है ही नहीं है, फिर भी lose कर रहा है. So now it is eating into you. अब आप सर्दी से मर जाओगे. True or not? Sneha बोल गई estivation. Sneha, if that was possible in human beings, hibernation, estivation, yes, spore formation. So biology मत दिखाओ मुझे. ये अपना pod बना लिया अपने चारों तरफ से. Pod बना के बैठे हुए. This is a cruel reality which is happening. When people are on a ship and if they drown, if the ship drowns, तो लोगों को क्या कहा जाता है? अपनी life jacket पहनना. Life jacket will not allow you to drown because life jacket is made up of buoyant material. वो float करता है. Yes or no? And people are very clearly told, swimming मत करना. Do not swim in the ocean. If your ship drowns, you are in water. Do not swim. Stay afloat. That's okay. Life jacket will keep you alive. डूबने नहीं देगी. तैरो मत. Why? Why don't swim? Swimming से एनर्जी जाएगी. एनर्जी जाएगी, हाइपोथर्मिया शुरू. पक्का मर जाओगे. Stay alive till we come to rescue you. Moment a ship is sunk, what will happen? Helicopters, rescue ships, everything will come towards you. It will take time. 1 day, 2 days, stay alive. Don't let hypothermia happen. चलिए हाइपोथर्मिया कैसे होता है? हैव यू वॉच्ड दैट मूवी टाइटैनिक? यस, टाइटैनिक में हीरो हाइपोथर्मिया से मरेगा। यस, बिल्कुल। डू वी गेट दैट? सो ये सारी चीजें क्या है? फिर इमेजिनेशन। और ना हमने बुक पढ़ी, हमने सिर्फ क्लास में पहली बार वो टॉपिक सुना, एंड इन दैट फ्रॉम टॉपिक टू टॉपिक हमने क्या किया? वी स्टार्टेड क्रिएटिंग ज्ञान। अब देखो ये न्यूज़ चैनल पे बैठ के ज्ञान करना, नहीं व्हाई दिस वन इज विनिंग द इलेक्शन, व्हाई दिस नॉट विनिंग, दैट्स ओके। दिस इज एकेडमिक इंक्वायरी यार, दिस इज द क्लास गोइंग ऑन। आपने उस टॉपिक के बारे में कुछ पढ़ा है, आपको क्लियर नहीं है, वो आप पूछिए तो ठीक है, आप मानने को तैयार नहीं भाई, तब थोड़ा सोचना पड़ेगा। डू वी अंडरस्टैंड और नॉट? Is everyone okay about heat deficit, heat budget, and a very, very important concept that all atmospheric dynamism is because of what? Latitudinal heat budget and balance. This is our third class again saying that there will be such occasions. Can I challenge you? Can I challenge your brains? Can I challenge? इसको दोबारा पढ़ना अभी जाकर, अभी नहीं हो रहा है, दोबारा से पढ़ना, read it again, challenge your brain, and it will start coming into your understanding. Do we get that? एक और चीज होती है, one more thing is there. This is called what do I say? Tutored world, tailored world. जैसा हम सोचते हैं, whatever we think, if things are coming that way, then it is okay. But if things are coming contrary to that, we don't accept it. There is new information coming, new ways of thinking coming to you. Yes or no? अच्छा एक बात बताइए, you are on an island, and 5 friends lost and they reach the island. 5 friends are lost and they reach the island. दोनों पांचों कहाँ गए थे? 5 friends went on a vacation on a cruise, जहाज डूब गया और पांचों कहां पर पहुंच गए? They have survived and they are on an island. Now the good thing is the island does not have wild animals. Island has everything that is required to survive. There is fresh water stream, there is coconut, there are fruits and everything is there. Can you survive or not? बड़ी अच्छी बात है सर, बहुत सही। अब घास फूस लेकर अब कोई आपको बचाने नहीं आएगा, तो will you try to make a house there or not? हट बना सकते हो कि नहीं? बनाएंगे? So how will the hut look like? How will the hut look like? A or B? How will the hut look like? A or B? The hut will look like A. Hut will 100% look like A. 100% look like A. Except for some tribes in the world which do not make things in rectangles or edges. There are tribes in the world जो कभी भी स्क्वायर और एज बनाते ही नहीं है। For them everything is circular. डोर भी बनाएगा तो सर्कुलर, विंडो भी बनाएगा तो सर्कुलर, वॉल भी बनाएगा तो सर्कुलर। Do we get that? ट्रेन बोला वास्तु नहीं है। Tribe, for them the world is circular. For us the world is angular. Yes or no? So moment you looked at it, oh ये क्या झोपड़ी है यार, हा हा, stupid. कुछ लोग just to be different, मैं तो बी ही बनाऊंगा, अपना कौन सा जंगल है भाई। कुछ लोग होते हैं ना अलग दिखने के लिए, सर ने क्वेश्चन पूछा कुछ तो कैच होगा। I'm saying reality. Psychological studies have been conducted, anthropological tribes have been taken and they have looked at that. So जब उनको यहाँ लाते हैं, they found this very, very strange. हर जगह पर उनको घर चुभता है। For them this is a pointed conical house. Impossible. For these people this is there. Yes or no? Peace loving people, war is impossible. Yes or no? Unnecessarily scientific कीड़ा, this is impossible. कैसे हो गया? So this shows कि साइंस भी वीक है भाई। True or not? So दिल नहीं मान रहा, दिल और दिमाग में लड़ाई चल रही है। I know at your age दिल ही जीतेगा, दिल ही तो है, और है ही क्या? सिविल सर्विसेज प्रिपरेशन में आपका दिल ही लगा है, अभी तक दिमाग तो लगना बाकी है। एंड द मोर द टीचर एंटरटेन्स यू विद द दिल की बात, मन की बात, और मजा आता है। सो कैन आई ब्रिंग कॉन्ट्ररी थिंग्स टू यू इन द क्लास एंड एक्सपेक्ट यू टू थिंक, पॉन्डर एंड एक्सेप्ट? पॉसिबल है। So that is what we are inviting you into. बाकी आपकी मर्जी है। फिर मैंने कहा ज्यादा बोलेंगे तो फिर हो जाएगा यार, ये मास्टर बोल ज्यादा रहा था, बाकी वाला सही रहता है, जो मैं डाउट पूछता हूँ सर बता देते हैं। जिन लोगों को कोई दिक्कत है उनके लिए सचित्र लेकर आए हैं ये डायग्राम। आउटगोइंग रेडिएशन, ये आउटगोइंग रेडिएशन, इनकमिंग रेडिएशन। कैन यू सी दैट? इनकमिंग रेडिएशन क्या है? स्लांट में आ रहा है। द सेम रेडिएशन स्लांट, कैन आई से इट इज गेटिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इन अ बिगर एरिया, सो द रिसीट इज less but the loss is more or less the same. So what happens? Deficit. Another way of showing what I showed over there. बहुत सारे तरीके मैं दिखा सकता हूँ, बट प्रॉब्लम ये है अगर मन में बैठा हुआ है ये पॉसिबल कैसे है? ये तो टीचर जाती कर रहा है, जबरदस्ती कर रहा है। सर मेरी एक बार सुन लो सर, मैं ये भी बताना चाहता हूँ, बाकी लोग क्या सुन रहे हैं, तब गड़बड़ है यार। ट्रू? डिड वी अंडरस्टैंड? बुक में भी है, एनसीईआरटी में भी, एक बार देखेंगे आज। शाश्वत कह रहे सर अभी टॉपिक कभी नहीं भूलूंगा। शाश्वत वो तो ठीक है, बट ऐसे कितने टॉपिक हैं बच्चे? देयर आर 10,000 सच टॉपिक्स। फिर तो यार मतलब कितना एडी रखना है तुम्हें यूपीएससी के अटेम्प्ट के लिए? अभी 21वीं सदी चल रही है, 21st सेंचुरी इज गोइंग ऑन। व्हिच वन शुड आई कीप? व्हिच सेंचुरी आर यू प्लानिंग फॉर? 23rd सेंचुरी चलेगा? मतलब आई एम जस्ट सेइंग दैट, दिल की तसल्ली तो तसल्ली से तो वो है सर। मैं जब भी पढ़ाऊँ ना सर, तसल्ली से ही पढ़ाऊँ सर। मेरे बेस्ट टीचर वही हैं जो तसल्ली से पढ़ाते थे। हाँ हाँ, मुझे पता है। और मैं बता रहा हूँ, जब जब आपके रिजल्ट्स अच्छे आए ना, तब आप बिना तसल्ली के ज्यादा बढ़िया कर गए। आपके रिजल्ट की तसल्ली की आपने, because you took the charge on yourself. What you understood, your mind filled up the gaps, and then it happened. Do you think Modi ji has a blueprint of making India a $5 trillion economy? अभी उनके पास रखा हुआ है? नहीं। आगे बढ़ेंगे, कई गैप्स आएंगे, कई एरर्स आएंगे, उनको करेंगे, देखेंगे हिट एंड ट्रायल, समथिंग विल वर्क, समथिंग विल नॉट वर्क, ट्रू और नॉट। सो ऑल द पीपल हु कम हियर, सर फॉर्मूला फॉर क्लियरिंग सिविल सर्विसेज दे दो, और दे भी देते हैं कुछ टीचर। मेरे पास फॉर्मूला है बच्चों, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, लालो लालियो, जिसको भी मैंने फॉर्मूला दिया है वो जो है बाबा रामदेव का हकीम हो चुका है। फॉर्मूला ढूंढ रहे, पब्लिक फॉर्मूला ढूंढ रही है, पब्लिक दे रहे हैं। आई एम सेइंग हैव दैट थिंग, ठीक है। अब ये एक हाई ऑर्डर रेडिएशन बजट है, but I am really not encouraged to discuss this in the class. I really thought that I will discuss this. Optional student को हम उस level तक भी ले जा सकते हैं। In offline students we really make sure. But आज का online का my experience has been that how can I take the students to बिल्कुल इसमें यहाँ पर आ रहा है sensible heat क्या होता है, sensible heat यहाँ होगी, यहाँ पर latent heat हो जाएगी, पूरा class totally इसी पर, मतलब we can spend 10 years on this लालो लालियों के आनंद के लिए। So deleting this slide not needed. Did we understand this basic thing? इतना कर लेंगे हो जाएगा। Did we understand this important statement about all atmosphere and hydrospheric dynamism is aimed at achieving latitudinal heat budget or balance? ठीक है, चलिए let us move further. What else do we have? Atmospheric humidity. चलिए तो atmospheric humidity पर आगे। So what is atmospheric humidity and how do we measure it? What is atmospheric humidity and how do we measure it? Okay, moisture in air is humidity. Very good. Moisture in air. Perfect. How do we measure it? Amount of moisture in air. Okay, amount of moisture. So कैसे measure करेंगे? कैसे measure कैसे करेंगे? Amount of moisture. Hygrometer. Hygrometer में पता क्या होता है? Actually temperature की device होती है, उसमें सिर्फ thermometers होते हैं। Yes or no? Dry bulb and wet bulb. तो ये बताने के लिए कि even humidity का measurement is to do with number one heat, तो temperature and evaporation. याद है? So somebody asked me in the foundation class about wet bulb and dry bulb temperature. So humidity, everyone please understand that there is a room full of gases, and in that this blue dot is water vapor gas. This blue dot is water vapor gas. So that gas is the humidity. Now when we are measuring that gas, we don't measure it this ways only, we measure in multiple ways. So Rishi is saying, sir, we measure it in weight per cubic meter. Okay. Why not cubic meter is volume, no? So you are saying weight per unit volume, Rishi. Why not volume per unit volume? दोनों तो fluid है. Weight per kg. So sir, there are three types of it: absolute, specific, and relative. ठीक है. So humidity is the state of atmosphere in relation to its water vapor. How much is the water vapor content? Most important factor controlling the moisture content is the temperature again. So I hope temperature से you can understand. And temperature पे बहुत बात कर चुके हैं इस क्लास में. I started with a very basic thing. I said वो basic चीजें सही करते चलो तो आगे हो जाएगा. But होता क्या है? We don't read basic. We just want to read IIT and we want to show ज्ञान की हमें ये आता है और हम हर चीज को जबरदस्ती वो करें. जबकि हमारे पास building blocks नहीं. Building blocks लेकर आइए. Simple things will happen. Atmosphere gains water vapor mainly by evaporation. Yes, and transpiration by plants. Do plants also lose water? So transpiration भी होता है. Atmosphere loses water vapor. How? So if there is there through, I would say through condensation first, and that condensation falls down as precipitation. Is everyone okay? This sentence is a very very simple sentence, but ये clear होना चाहिए. ये नहीं होता तो फिर हम बड़े concepts में फिर ये वाला भूल जाते हैं. फिर क्या होता है? फिर बताओ. अच्छा क्लास को समझ में आ रहा है? That's that. So whenever water, any process that turns water into vapor is going to add to humidity. Any process that converts vapor back into water will going to reduce the humidity. Okay. Okay. Everyone, you're beginners in geography. Some of you have done something in geography. So suppose there are 200 topics in geography. Does it make a difference to you right now that there are 200 topics? That is your optional or not? It's my optional. So 200, 210 doesn't matter. If it was 210, any problem? No problem. If it is 190, any problem? Sir, I have not even seen the syllabus in detail, but I trust you, sir, that you will finish it. Okay, perfect. That's it, no? Yes, sir. Likewise, how much water vapor is there is of no use. Knowledge of how much water vapor is there is of no use. Do we get that? How much oxygen is there in the atmosphere right now? 21%. Is it of any use to you? Is it of any use to you? No. But is it of use to a thermal power plant? Is it of use to a thermal power plant? Because they have to burn coal. If the oxygen is less for some reason, I'm not saying that it is less, but if it is less for some reason, what will happen? Combustion will be incomplete. True or not? आपने वो सुना है? Welding के लिए they use oxyacetylene flame. हैव यू सीन वो जो लोग फ्लेम होता है वेल्डर यूज कर रहा होता है. ऑक्सी इज ऑक्सीजन, एसिटिलीन इज फ्यूल. ऑक्सी एसिटिलीन दोनों को मिलाना होता है. ऑक्सीजन कम हुआ तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी कि नहीं? विल इट बी अ प्रॉब्लम और नॉट? हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ पीपल डाइंग इन एनक्लोज्ड रूम विद अ अंगीठी? सुना आपने? एट नाइट they had kept coal burning in the room, they died, or wood burning. Why did they die? Did they die because of suffocation? No, they died because of carbon monoxide poisoning. Too much of carbon monoxide happened in the air, and blood has more affinity for carbon dioxide than oxygen. सर्विस ऐसा नहीं था कि एयर का ऑक्सीजन डाउन चला गया, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बढ़ गया, सॉरी कार्बन मोनोक्साइड इंक्रीज, एंड आवर ब्लड हैज अफिनिटी टू टेक कार्बन मोनोक्साइड मोर देन oxygen. So if there is a choice between oxygen and carbon monoxide, which one will our blood take? Carbon monoxide. So that is called carbon monoxide poisoning. Is everyone okay with this? ठीक है यहाँ तक? Only in certain situations the amount will matter. So please understand. Humidity can be measured as weight of vapor in grams per unit volume. Gram per meter cube, that is absolute. It can also be measured in weight of vapor in grams per kg. ये भी हो सकता है. दो यूनिट याद रहेगा. Absolute humidity. Absolute humidity is volume. Specific humidity is kilogram. Grams per kilogram, grams per unit volume. Is everyone with me on this? But both these units have no practical use. Okay, everyone, let me come back to this. Geography has 200 topics, 210 topics, or 190 topics, or 150 topics. Suppose geography has 100 topics only. Okay. Out of these 100 topics, you know 10. And suppose geography is 200 topics, and you know 50. Yes or no? Which one is better? Or you know 20. Which one is better? Both are same, sir. You know 10%. Both are same. Yes or no? Now, geography had 10 most important topics, and you are 10 on 10 on that. You are 10 on 10 on that right now in the month of March. And 90 topics are still remaining. With the 10 most topics, you are 10 on 10. Is it a good situation or not? And we are in March. When the exam will happen? Exam will happen in October, if this year you are giving, or after 1 year. Yes or no? So is 10 on 10 a good situation or not? So whether geography has 200 topics, 100 topics, doesn't matter. What is important right now is how many topics you are comfortable with and what is the rate at which you are covering the syllabus. Yes or no? Because always remember, in optional, आपको दो चीजों का ध्यान रखना होता है. One is concept, other is coverage. इसलिए before starting the course, I gave you a technique called reading, which will help you in coverage. Concept with me. दोनों चीजें चाहिए. But concept will take some time. Yes or no? Coverage can happen. वो तो reading खत्म कर देगा एकदम से. Reading is a killer. But concept के लिए what will be needed? Repetition will be needed. Other things will be needed or not? That's what we are talking about. Is everyone okay? यहाँ तक समझ में आया? Clear? So 10 on 10 हो गया. So similarly, in humidity, it is not important how much gram is there in 1 unit volume, how much gram is there in one. What is important is how much is there and how much is required. Actual amount of water, and what is the maximum holding capacity. Get that? Into 100. So moisture available divided by maximum holding capacity into 100. This is the most practical unit for humidity. Why? Because if moisture available is 100 units and maximum holding capacity is also 100 units, so 100 divided by 100 becomes 1. Into 100 is 100, so RH becomes 100%. And RH is equal to 100% means the air has the amount of water beyond which more moisture cannot be added. So इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Saturation. Saturation means nothing more can be added. No more moisture can be added. And if extra moisture comes, then what will happen? If you add more moisture, then what will happen? So people have used the word rain, wrong word. Precipitation, wrong word. Condensation is the right word. Okay, everyone, think about it. फिर वही वाली बात है. Problem ये है कि when I give examples are supposed to stretch your imagination. If you say, sir, example में तो समझ में आता है वो वाला, लेकिन real world में हमसे लगता नहीं है, तो बड़ी गलत हो जाती है. So there is a movie. You want to watch that? गहराइयाँ. The auditorium has a seating of 200 people. Get that? And all 200 seats are sold. Get that? But the cinema owner happens to be a friend. So you call him up. You say, भाई आज movie देखनी. He says, भाई it's all sold out. अगला शो देख लियो. Don't worry, free देखियो. You are my friend, free. He says, नहीं अभी देखनी. True. He says, तेरा ही हॉल है, चला जा अंदर. सीट नहीं मिलेगी. You won't get a seat. खड़े होके देखना. Possible? If everything is occupied, If the maximum holding capacity was 200 and tickets sold are 200 and all of them have turned up, so people available in the hall and maximum holding capacity of the hall is 100, match 200, you are there, what will be there for you? One, you will keep standing, or else because your friend is the cinema owner, kursi to bhijwai sakta hai, he'll put a chair for you, yes or no? Portable chair laga dega ki nahi? Possible. So if the maximum holding capacity of moisture is complete, then it becomes saturation. Any extra moisture cannot stay as moisture, it will condense. So saturation is also called condensation or dew point. This is the temperature at which it happens. Again, it is connected to the temperature. Why is it connected to the temperature? Because temperature decides the, what does the temperature decide? Temperature controls this. Abhinay, your answer is correct, volume. But I want to connect it to what we are talking. Your answer is correct. Volume बढ़ जाएगी तो holding capacity बढ़ जाएगी. Yes. If the cinema hall is stretched, will there be more space for putting more things or not? So volume ठीक है, your answer is correct. But what I wanted to bring was holding capacity. So temperature controls the holding capacity. Get that? So 200 was the holding capacity. And how many people came into the hall? 100 only. So how much was the hall filled up? 200 was the capacity. 100 people turned up. What is the percentage of filling of hall? 50%. So what is the relative humidity? 50%. Get that? Now I want to make this hall 100%. I want to make this hall 100%. What do? I go out and shout free movie. Come in. Offer, free. 100 people come in, then I say stop, finish, no more. So what can I add? I can add more moisture. That is one way of making it 100% saturated. Second can be nobody is coming. I'm saying free, nobody is coming. Then what? I still want it to be 100% saturated. Then I will do is, I will reduce the holding capacity. I'll remove 100 seats. Then also will it become... So there are two ways of changing the relative humidity at a place. Number one, add moisture or remove moisture. Will you change or not? Can I say relative humidity is directly proportional to that? If you add moisture, what will happen? Relative humidity will go up. True. In the monsoon season, what happens to the relative humidity of your city? Goes up. Get it? If you remove moisture, sir, how can I remove moisture? You can remove moisture. कैसे नहीं कर सकता है? Remove moisture तो हमने बताया. कितने सारे तरीके remove moisture के? Anything that causes moisture to condense, that is removal of moisture. Yes or no? Wherever condensation is happening, possible or not, so I can remove that. और अगर आपको नहीं समझ में आ रहा कैसे करना है, so have you seen what can I say? If you buy an electronic equipment, a laptop or a mobile phone, do you get a pouch on which it is written silica gel? देखा है pouch होता है? That is not रजनीगंधा पकड़ के खावे, उस पे लिखा do not eat. True. Why is silica gel there for? Saurabh is saying for cleaning. Cleaning के लिए तो नहीं है. क्यों डालिए silica gel वहाँ पर? Water bottles में. Why? सिलिका जेल इज अ डेसिकेंट. वो देखो शाश्वत स्मेल के लिए डाल रहा है, पता ही नहीं है, आज पता चल गया, मोक्ष मिल गया. किस लिए डालते हैं? अंग्रेजी का शब्द डेसिकेंट. इफ मॉइस्चर गोज इन योर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट व्हिच इज पैक्ड फॉर लॉन्ग, व्हाट विल हैपन? द इक्विपमेंट में मेल फंक्शन. तो उसमें क्या डाल दिया? डेसिकेंट. डेसिकेंट क्या होगा? दिस विल एब्जॉर्ब वाटर. एनी मॉइस्चर इज देयर. यू टेल मी इन अ रूम इफ आई पुट अ डेसिकेंट, व्हाट विल हैपन? क्या हो जाएगा? Will the moisture go down or not? RH is equal to moisture divided by capacity. So do you understand? There is a situation of adding moisture and removing moisture. समझ में आ गया कैसे हो गया? Other situation can we play with temperature? Temperature से खेलेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? Holding capacity. True ना? So if you increase the temperature, that means the holding capacity increases because volume is there. Yes. So the temperature increase किया, so capacity will increase. For the same moisture, will the relative humidity go down or not? Relative humidity कम होने लगेगी. So inverse proportional हो जाएगा कि नहीं? So that is what you have to have clarity on. Prakash is saying, can holding capacity be changed due to change in temperature? Won't increase in temperature also increase evapotranspiration? So Prakash, first of all, did you understand what is that? Evapotranspiration हटा दो. इसको अगर constant मान रहे हो, if moisture is constant, kept constant, then RH can be changed or played with temperature also. When you are playing with moisture, then put temperature as constant. So both are variable. Can I say RH, relative humidity, is a function of what? Moisture plus temperature. ऐसे लिखते हैं मैथमेटिक्स में. Which humidity is important for us? Absolute, relative or specific? Which humidity is important for practical purposes? Relative humidity. सबको समझ में आ गया? Is everyone okay? By the change in water vapor content, we can add or remove. Humidity will change. Change in temperature. अच्छा, do we see that it is very very important that we need to get to a place called RH is equal to 100? उससे क्या होता है? Vapor will turn into drop. उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Dew point. Dew point is the temperature at which air on cooling becomes saturated. Saturated means RH is equal to 100. with water vapor, and below which continued cooling will cause condensation of water droplet. Is everyone okay? This is science. ये कहीं पे यूज हो जाएगा, आगे यूज होगा. Are you prepared for that? थोड़ा और साइंस की चीजें बता देता हूँ. Evaporation, condensation पता है सबको. When water vapor pressure at the water surface exceeds the atmospheric pressure, evaporation takes place. तो जिन लोगों का साइंस बैकग्राउंड है वो वेपर प्रेशर समझ सकते हैं, उनके लिए. अदरवाइज जब टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होता है तो वो इवेपोरेट होने लगता है. इनिशियल ह्यूमिडिटी फैक्टर्स व्हिच फेवर इवेपोरेशन. कहां पे ज्यादा इवेपोरेशन होगा? ज्योग्राफी लेकर आ रहा हूं. आई एम ब्रिंगिंग ज्योग्राफी. मुंबई और दिल्ली. मुंबई और दिल्ली. Delhi. Because if the air is dry, which is Delhi, evaporation will occur more. Why? The air has very low moisture compared to its capacity. So the water would want to go. But in Mumbai, already there is a lot of moisture available in the air. It is humid. तो उसकी capacity बहुत कम है, तो ज़्यादा evaporation नहीं होता. और अगर strong wind होगी तो और भी अच्छा है. When the wind is strong, so strong wind and no wind, where will be evaporation more? So कई बार ऐसा होता है at home you see that the clothes are not drying up, तो fan चला देते. क्यों चलाते? So what does strong wind help in? How is strong wind causing this? शाश्वत कह रहा है नो विंड. तो शाश्वत आपका तो आंसर ही गलत है. प्रियंका कह रही सब ट्रॉपिकल एंड टेम्परेट रीजन. प्रियंका मैं तो घर में कपड़े सुखा रहा था यार. आपने फिर दिमाग लगाया. क्यों लगा रहे हो बताओ? क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है स्ट्रॉन्ग विंड में कपड़े सूखेंगे या स्टेशनरी में. तो किसी ने कहा सर स्ट्रॉन्ग विंड में नहीं, स्टेशनरी में. तेज हवा चलती जल्दी सूखते. इंक्रीज कैपेसिटी. नहीं नहीं नहीं. व्हाई? सिंपल यार. द एयर व्हिच टुक अवे द मॉइस्चर, अब उस एयर को ही हटा दीजिए. यू ब्रिंग इन फ्रेश एयर, मोर एयर. See, when you are adding some moisture, will the moisture holding capacity of that air reduce or not? If you replace it with another new set of air, will it cause more evaporation? तो किसी ने कहा नहीं सर, रुके हुए में. तो आपको बता रहा हूँ जिनको नहीं पता है, जब आपके कपड़े ना सूख रहे हो तो क्या करो? हवा में. ठीक है. उसके बाद सप्लाई ऑफ हीट. हीट से भी डिपेंड करता है. हायर द टेम्परेचर, हायर द इवेपोरेशन. डू वी गेट दैट? विंड स्ट्रेंथ, काम कंडीशंस, इवेपोरेशन क्विकली सैचुरेट्स. अभी बताया था. तो जल्दी सैचुरेट हो जाएगा. रिफ्रेश द एयर. जितना रिफ्रेश करेंगे उतना अच्छा. कंडेंसेशन के फेवरेबल कंडीशंस क्या है? द रेडिएशन कंडक्शन एट द सरफेस ऑन काम एंड कूल नाइट. सो आपने सुना है ऑन क्लियर नाइट्स द टेम्परेचर कूल्स वेरी फास्ट. तो क्या होगा? रेडिएशन हो रहा है रात को रेडिएशन हो रहा है. नो क्लाउड्स एंड नथिंग, सो कूलिंग इज हैपनिंग. सो फ्रॉम 8 डिग्रीज द टेम्परेचर केम डाउन टू 4 डिग्री सेल्सियस एंड 4 डिग्री सेल्सियस वाज ड्यू पॉइंट आल्सो. तो एकदम से क्या हो जाएगा? काम कूल नाइट बट रेडिएशन वेरी स्ट्रांग. इट विल कॉज कंडेंसेशन. कैन एडवेक्शन कॉज कंडेंसेशन? व्हेन वार्म एयर मूव्स ओवर द कोल्ड एयर. Yes. So this is Canada at minus 4 degrees Celsius. This is ocean. Wind is blowing over the ocean at 0 degrees Celsius or say 1 degree Celsius. When it comes in contact with this land which is minus 4, तो क्या हो जाएगा? Will fog come or not? Which fog is this? Horizontal movement की वजह से. Horizontal movement is called advection. Do we get that? एडियाबैटिक एक्सपेंशन ऑफ एयर राइजिंग. अभी एडियाबैटिक क्या होता है ये थोड़ा सा टेंशन है, ये बताना पड़ेगा. आई विल बी टेलिंग दैट. एडियाबैटिक छोड़ देते हैं. मिक्सिंग ऑफ वार्म एंड कोल्ड एयर, दैट कैन हैपन. ये तो इजी है. यस सर. सो व्हेन यू हैव वेरी हॉट वाटर एंड यू वांटेड टू ड्रिंक इट इमीडिएटली, तो क्या करेंगे? थोड़ा सा पानी डाल देते हैं, उसको ठंडा करते हैं. यस सर. और इफ यू हैव चिल्ड वाटर एंड यू डोंट वांट टू कंज्यूम चिल्ड वाटर, व्हाट डू यू ऐड सम वार्म वाटर. सो मिक्सिंग ऑफ एयर कैन आल्सो कॉज दिस एयर टू कूल. सो वार्म एयर, if cold air comes, it will mixing. Okay. But always remember, when condensation is going to happen, we will require hygroscopic nuclei. कल किसी ने पूछा था hygroscopic nuclei, वो होना जरूरी है. In pure air, even if relative humidity is 100%, अगर hygroscopic nuclei नहीं है तो condensation नहीं होगा. So everyone, 90% and 100% RH. Which one is saturated? Which one is unsaturated? So 90% is unsaturated, 100% is saturated. 100% means what? 100 molecule was the capacity, and how many molecules are present? 100. Is everyone okay? Now everyone, please tell me, if I take 10 molecules out from 100 by 100 situation, what will be the RH? 90. Is everyone okay? How 90 will come? If I add 10, what will be the RH? 110. Beta 110 तो हो ही नहीं सकता अभिषेक, because it is saturated, it will not take. Do we understand? तो भी 100% ही रहेगा. True or not? Why? Because 10 will condense. समझ में आया सबको? After that, it should remain this. But there is a catch here. For those 10 to condense, what do we need? Hygroscopic nuclei. If the hygroscopic nuclei are not there, okay? So can I say dew point is the temperature? Suppose 4 degrees Celsius was the dew point. That means air became 100% saturated. I am cooling it further. तो कितना हो गया 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस. Is everyone okay? So when we reduce the temperature, what happens? The RH should increase. Inversely proportional. RH कितना हो जाना चाहिए? 110 होना चाहिए ना 110. So somebody wrote 110, but it is not possible because the extra ones will. What will happen to them? Extra ones will condense. But imagine a situation, everyone. यहाँ imagination कह रहा हूँ. You did not have a hygroscopic nuclei. The temperature has reduced. Saturation happened at 4 degrees Celsius. You further cooled it. Get that? Extra molecules are there, but they cannot condense because there are no hygroscopic nuclei. That is a difficult situation. That's a very difficult situation. There, RH will become 110. How is it possible? It is possible. And that situation is called super saturation. Do you understand? RH can be more than 100. When will it be more than 100? When that extra moisture is not able to condense. Why is it not able to condense? Because the conditions required for condensation are not met. Is everyone okay? Somebody said it will freeze. Beta freezing के लिए क्या चाहिए? Freezing के लिए freezing nuclei चाहिए. 0 degree Celsius पे it should freeze, but if the freezing nuclei are not there, it will not freeze. So -10 has come, but freezing is not happening. That is called a super cooled liquid. A liquid which should have frozen, but still is liquid. Still is liquid. That is called super cooled liquid. Is everyone okay with the word super saturation and super cooled? ये word आएंगे तो घबराना नहीं है. Vocabulary. So when will super saturation happen? In a situation where RH is 100, now it has crossed 100. It should not have happened this way, but it is happening. Why? Because वहाँ पर कुछ है. Purvi saying where we can see super saturation? Purvi clouds. Clouds में super saturation हो जाता है. Upper atmosphere में. बल्कि clouds तो बन गए. Cloud नहीं बनता. That is super saturation. So we see hailstones. Does it mean that there are two kinds of nuclei? Hailstone is a different phenomena. बताएंगे वो. That is because of repeated freezing. So when condensation conditions don't apply, Dolly, ये condensation condition don't apply. Simple example है hygroscopic nuclei नहीं है. Hygroscopic nuclei क्या होता है? Dust particle होते हैं, pollen होते हैं, salt होता है, नहीं है. कहाँ पर नहीं है? Upper atmosphere में नहीं होते हैं. Get that? So I am near tropopause. Tropopause. Temperature कितना बताया था? -50 degrees Celsius. Tropopause is -50. Can I say this is a temperature which is already beyond saturation? Beyond dew point or not? So the air at tropopause, there must be only clouds. You can't have air. वहाँ सिर्फ clouds होने चाहिए. Air is there. Yes or no? Atmosphere के बाद देखते cloud है ही नहीं ऊपर तक. That means troposphere तक कोई cloud नहीं है. So how come there is no cloud? Because the air is super saturated over there. Air is super cooled over there. And why is cloud not forming? That is that. अच्छा एक और भी तो मैंने कई बार बच्चों से क्लास में पूछा है. वो ये बैच भी बताएगा मुझे. So have you seen that sometimes a jet airplane is going and उसके पीछे उसकी एक पूंछ होती है? Have you seen in the cloud? Sometimes you see a trail like this. Sometimes you see a very very long trail. और इधर plane हो रहा है. क्या होता? What is this trail? What is this trail? Moisture. Where is the moisture coming from? Condensation. Where is the condensation happening? Vapor तो है. यहाँ क्यों नहीं? Why not here? Why not here? Why not here? Who is saying condensation happens because jet acts like hygroscopic? तो बेटा jet पे ही cloud बनेगा ना. The heat from plane. मेगा धुआं नहीं बोल रहे. धुआं सॉरी धुआं छोड़ता है. Smoke. पक 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 ऐसे smoke ऐसे उसका पूंछ है. Now we saying temperature of gases. Super cooled and super saturated air when subjected to vibrations will freeze even if nuclei are missing. ठीक है. मैं अनकेरे बचपन में यही सोचता था. वही मैं सोचता था कि बीच में धुआं क्यों छोड़ दिया. So everyone, when you have a super cooled liquid, which does not have freezing nuclei, it cannot freeze. Yes or no? But it has been seen, if you violently shake that area, it will turn into cloud, ice cloud. This is the phenomenon of physics. So you did not have a nuclei over there. That is why you were not forming clouds. But when the plane goes through it, what have you done? You vibrated it. YouTube पर I think कहीं पे एक वीडियो लगा हुआ है that there is a bottle of water. there is a bottle of super cooled water. That person takes that and bangs that bottle on the table, and immediately the entire bottle freezes. Have you seen that? There is a water bottle. He hits it on the table, and the entire bottle freezes. Have you seen that? That's a simple physics experiment. The water is super cooled. Water is super cooled, and that is that. Anand is saying about Anand उन gaps में, in those gaps, maybe there was not sufficient moisture. Yes or no? वहाँ पे sufficient moisture नहीं, super cooled वाली situation नहीं. Do you get that? So any bottle you take in your hand, you hit it on the table, will it form ice? No. So the bottle is super cooled. Then only it will happen. तो ये क्या है? वो ice clouds होते हैं, जो आप देखते हैं ना trail. That is a ice cloud. Sometimes you see that the whole sky has it इतना से उतने तक. Sir, उतनी height पर vapor कैसे गए? AP please यार, this is very wrong. कल ही आपको बताया था. Up to tropopause in troposphere, 99% of water vapor and what is this? Dust particles are there. बताया था नहीं? और moisture कैसे ऊपर गया? ये तो मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं. Convection से. Convection takes things up. True or not? Is everyone okay? Did we understand the phenomena in reality? I'm to giving real example, but फिर बात वही है. Sir, मेरी imagination नहीं मान रही. Imagination तो यार कोई दिक्कत है. Everyone with me on this? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. फिर से चीजें धीरे धीरे जा रही हैं. किसी ने कहा सर ऊपर कैसे गया, मॉइस्चर कैसे गया, तो ले जाएं. मॉइस्चर ऊपर कैसे जाता है? ऐसे जाता है. 4 तरीकों से जाता है. ओरोग्राफिक लिफ्टिंग, ठीक है. अगर 8 किलोमीटर ऊंचा हिमालय आ गया, वंदना बोली सर वाइब्रेशन से आइस कैसे बनी? वंदना फिजिक्स का प्रिंसिपल है. फिजिक्स का प्रिंसिपल है, इफ वाटर इज सुपर कूल्ड एंड यू कॉज इट वाइब्रेशन, इट विल टर्न इनटू आइस. सुपर कूल्ड वाटर. सुपर कूल्ड वाटर मींस -30 डिग्री सेल्सियस. आइस किस पर बनती है बच्चे? आइस हैपेंस एट 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस और नॉट? Ice will form at 0 degree Celsius. But now the temperature is -30 degree Celsius and ice has not formed. Why ice has not formed? Why ice has not formed? Because nuclei were not there. But all conditions are ready. तो अभी इसको फ्रीज करने के लिए क्या चाहिए? वाइब्रेशन. सो फिजिक्स का प्रिंसिपल है, ठीक है. फिर वही होगा सर मैं बिलीव नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ. बिलीव तो कई चीजें मैं भी नहीं कर पाता हूँ. सर इट मींस फ्रीजर में भी वाइब्रेशन होता है. ये देखो सर्वेश्वर जबरदस्ती है. आर यू आउट ऑफ योर माइंड सर्वेश्वर? कैन देयर बी मल्टीपल वेज ऑफ फ्रीजिंग? अब यार ये मतलब अजीब सी बात कर रहा है यार कि फ्रीजर में वाइब्रेट होकर होता है. फ्रीजर में भाई साहब प्रॉपर जो कूलिंग होती है, जो गैस रखी जाती है, गैस के एक्सपेंशन से होता है यार. क्या बात कर दी यार, मतलब पूरे होश उड़ा दिया. एक सिचुएशन बताई, एक्सट्रीम सिचुएशन बता दी कि यू नो इन एटमॉस्फेयर सुपर कूलिंग हो जाता है. सर फ्रीजर में फिर यही होता होगा. फ्रीजर में रेफ्रिजरेशन होता है. जब गैस को एक्सपैंड किया जाता है तो गैस एक्सपेंशन कॉजेज कूलिंग. सिंपल फिजिक्स है. बट फिर बात वही है कि मैंने कहा ना यूपीएससी देने के लिए तो कोई भी बैठ सकता है, बट एक एनसीईआरटी नहीं पढ़ेंगे. एंड अगेन सेइंग, किसी ने पूछा सर कौन सी एनसीईआरटी से हो जाएगा ये आंसर? 6 to 12 एनसीईआरटी बेटा. और एक और बात बताऊं, इतना पूछ तो लिया सर्वेश्वर तुमने भारी वाला सवाल. जो एयर कंडीशनर चलता है ना, वो भी उसी प्रिंसिपल पे चलता है जिससे तुम्हारा फ्रीजर चलता है. बाय द वे, ऐसा नहीं है कि एयर कंडीशनर वाइब्रेट कर रहा है तब जाके तुम्हारे ऊपर बर्फ की वर्षा हो रही है. मतलब कुछ तो यार सोचेगा. मैंने कहा ना फिर होता क्या है, यू लर्न वन कॉन्सेप्ट इन द क्लास, दैट मींस दिस इज द ओनली वे हाउ आइस इज फॉर्म्ड. अब सब जगह यही बनाएगा आइस. जहां आइस देगा, जब देखेगा आइस, ओ माय गॉड कहीं वाइब्रेट हुआ होगा. कैसा सैयद बोले हमने लिंक भेज दिया है, भेज दीजिए, जो भेजना है भेज दीजिए. ऐसा हो जाता है ना, मैंने कहा ना कि सर विश्वास नहीं हो रहा है, तो फिर वही मास्टर मिल जाएंगे. भाई नॉर्मली आइस 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस, किसी भी चीज को 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे कूल करें तो वो क्या होने लग जाएगा? फ्रीज करने लग जाएगा. वहां पर क्या होनी चाहिए? फ्रीजिंग न्यूक्लियाई होनी चाहिए. दैट्स ऑल. सरफेस होनी चाहिए, सूटेबल सरफेस. वो जो आपके फ्रिज में जो बर्फ जमती है, वो ट्रे भी सूटेबल सरफेस होती है, उसमें जमती है, उस पर चिपकती है कि नहीं आइस? ट्रे से निकालना पड़ता है कि नहीं निकालना पड़ता? डू वी गेट दैट? सो रिक्वेस्ट है प्लीज 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 बच्चों, अगर आईएएस की तैयारी कर रहे हो तो सिर्फ मजा लेना बंद करो. जो चीज होती है ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में, नेटफ्लिक्स की तरह क्लासेस चल रही हैं, लेट अस गो बियॉन्ड द नेटफ्लिक्स लेवल ऑफ क्लासेस. There's a lot of thing can going, and I want to tell you, civil services preparation is a beautiful time to enlarge your understanding. सर मेरे को अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं करनी है, मेरे को सिर्फ आईएएस बनना है. तो पैसा पता करो कितने में बनते हैं. ऐसा बनता नहीं है, दिक्कत ये है, थोड़ा सा एक्सपेंशन लग जाता है. 300+ पहले टारगेट बनाना पड़ता है, देन वी गो स्टेप बाय स्टेप. सर इतना ज्ञान नहीं चाहिए, अपने मास्टर बोले मेरे नोट से पास हो जाता है, कर ले, उसी का कर ले, नो प्रॉब्लम. तो सिर्फ ज्योग्राफी पढ़ना होता है, साइंस नहीं पढ़ना होता. देयर इज नो हाउ कैन वी रीड कंडेंसेशन, दिस इज साइंस यू आर टीचिंग. मैं कितना पढूं? सर आई एम ओके विद संस्कृत साहित्य, एटलीस्ट आई विल नॉट हैव टू डू दिस. परफेक्टली ओके, संस्कृत साहित्य पढ़ ले. आई मीन सिंपली यार, आप डिओड्रेंट लेते, और बता रहा हूं, डिओड्रेंट व्हेन यू स्प्रे, कई तो डिओड्रेंट यूज ही नहीं करते, तो जीवन में डिओड्रेंट यूज करना चाहिए, ठीक है. एंड स्पेशली मेल्स एंड फ्रॉम ट्रॉपिकल वार्म एरिया, डिओड्रेंट अच्छी चीज होती है. एंड व्हाई एम आई सेइंग मेल्स, फीमेल्स आल्सो, इट अप्लाइज टू ऑल, ठीक है. इट इज कॉल्ड बॉडी ओडर. उससे बचने के लिए अपने लिए मत करो, औरों के लिए करो. डू इट फॉर अदर्स, दे आल्सो हैव अ रीजन टू लिव. So when you spray deodorant or perfume, it is cold. Why is it cold? Who made it cold? Expansion causes cooling. Same principle in air conditioner. सेम प्रिंसिपल इन फ्रीजर, ठीक है, रेफ्रिजरेशन। सर मेरा ना सर बीए था इसलिए नहीं आता। सुनो, बा था या माँ था, डजंट मैटर, इट हैज गॉट नथिंग टू डू विद बा एंड माँ, इट हैज गॉट सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट, इवेपोरेशन कॉजेज कूलिंग, दिस वाज इन 9th 10th स्टैंडर्ड साइंस। सर वो मैंने किसी तरह पर्चा लीक करवा के पास किया था। तो व्हाई सिविल सर्विसेज? इफ सिविल सर्विसेज, नाउ नो पर्चा लीक, now we read certain things, get that? Orographic lifting, do we remember what is orographic lifting? Mountain is there, the air comes and it rises, turns into cloud, rain happens, but in the process what has happened? हवा तो ऊपर गई, moisture भी ऊपर गया कि नहीं? Frontal wedging, what is frontal wedging? Warm air comes in contact with cool air, which one is heavy? Cool is heavy, so an invisible cause is this to rise. So somebody asked ऊपर कैसे गया, ऐसे गया. Convergence, two winds coming up horizontally collide with each other. Convergence can also do that, especially in cyclones, ये mechanical convergence देखा जाता है. Localized convective lifting, remember convection also causes convection, heat, air in contact with the hot surface becomes lighter, rises up. What are these 4 possible ways for moisture to go up? जिसने पूछा था, अनमोल आपने पूछा था सर moisture इतना ऊपर जाता कैसे, ये सारे तरीके. So can it go up to the tropopause? 8 kilometers, 18 kilometers? Yes, it goes. That's the funny thing. True. फोटो में दिखाते हैं. Orographic barrier, coast से rising up, Sierra Nevada, rain shadow, US का example. Frontal wedging, can you see cold air, warm air? Warm air forced to rise. When it cools, it condenses, forms clouds. Will cloud form always? Will cloud form always? प्रियंक frontogenesis नहीं है, frontal lifting है. Clouds will require something. What is it? Hygroscopic nuclei. Convergence, 2 winds, Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico, both winds coming and colliding with each other. Convection lifting, I told you, solar heating, जो ब्राजील का बताया था, 4 o'clock shower in the morning. So that's it. Is everyone okay? How atmosphere ऊपर चला गया? ऊपर गया तो क्या बनाएगा? What will it make? Clouds. When will a cloud be formed? If there is fresh page, turn your notebook around. Fresh page, turn your notebook around, turn it around and draw this graph. Graph or diagram. Priyank is saying RH is equal to 100%. Priyank, your answer is half correct, bache. RH is 100% is one condition. Second thing is hygroscopic nuclei. Bandana, your answer is 100% correct. Bandana says hygroscopic and dew point. Is everyone okay? People who are saying dew point के साथ एक और चीज चाहिए. That is that. Is everyone okay? Correct. Make mistakes, no problem, but learn from those mistakes. So when does it happen? When does it happen? Well, depends on the temperature, sir. It can happen at this point that RH has become 100. Dew point has been there. It can happen at this point. It can happen at this point. What is this? This is the height of atmosphere. Height in the atmosphere. Yes or no? Priyanka is saying RH 100% comma dew point, but the dew point means RH is equal to 100. So dew point is the temperature, RH is that. So where dew point is? So अगर यहाँ पे cloud बना 1, 2 and 3. So meteorologists have decided to classify clouds into low clouds, medium clouds and high clouds. Up to 2 kilometer अगर cloud बना, so that will be called a low cloud. 2 to 6 kilometer, that will be called a middle cloud. And above 6 kilometer, it will be called a high cloud. The cloud can take shapes. Clouds can take shapes. If the cloud is like a sheet, like a layer, this is called stratus. If the cloud has globular shapes, this is called cumulus. And if it is like thin fibers, cirrus. Generally, cirrus word signifies high cloud. So whenever we want to tell a cloud is high, we use the prefix cirro. Cirro. Cirrus is generally made up of ice crystals. When we are talking about middle, we use the prefix alto. Alto is for middle, and for lower we have a prefix which is called as strato. Clouds which are dark and produce rain bearing clouds, they are called nimbus. So if a cloud is created over here, this is a low cloud. If a cloud is created over here, this is a middle cloud, and if a cloud is created over here, this is a high cloud. What is this stratus? What is this cumulus? What is this cirrus? These are the symbols for them. So there can be these ones here also at this level. What will this be called? It is the lower cloud, so strato, but the shape is not layer. So what will it be? Stratocumulus. Now I have layers which are forming over here. ये तो layer है, ये तो stratus है, but it is middle. Stratus was low. What will I say? Alto stratus. Get that? So these are also in layers. What do you call them? Cumulostratus. Altocumulus भी हो सकता है, यहाँ पर जो है altocumulus. Cirrus, and we are talking about cirrus which is like this, cirrostratus. Cirrus which is like this, cirrocumulus. A cloud that is towering and goes beyond all level, across different levels. And generally this happens only when there is very heavy convection or lifting. Remember, lifting भी हो सकता है. अगर बहुत ज़्यादा lifting हो जाए तो cloud with a huge vertical expanse is there, and the air which is rising, that will also collide with each other. A lot of friction will happen. और friction से क्या होता है? Charges will be created, lightning will be there, thunder will be there. These are the storm cloud. We call them the cumulonimbus cloud. Nimbus but layered is called nimbostratus. Nimbostratus. Has everyone drawn that? Though there is an international cloud atlas which has many categories, but आपके लिए exam point of view पर इतनी categories काफी. Is everyone okay? So people who are new to the class, who don't know about the Telegram channel, what is the name of the Telegram channel? Sachin Sir Official is the name of the Telegram channel. Is everyone with me on this? आज कोई क्वेश्चन भी नहीं डाला मैंने इस क्लास में. तुम लोगों ने ऐसा बता दिया छोटी सी चीज को, रॉकेट साइंस की सर ऐसे कोविड का इलाज बना रहा हूं मैं. I really felt कि today I will tell you the cure of COVID which nobody knows. एक ग्राफ की बात कर रहे थे. Everyone okay with this? सिरी कहाँ मिलेगा सर? कल किसी ने लिखा है वो सर के स्लाइड्स के नोट्स सर कहीं पे शेयर कर दीजिए, तो डाउनलोडेबल होता है यार. I don't know who wrote it in the group. Somebody said सर स्लाइड्स भी डाल दीजिए. ये जो स्लाइड्स हैं तो आएंगी ना आपके पास. So everyone, ये क्लाउड ऐसा दिखता है. Cirrocumulus, cirrus, cirrostratus, altocumulus, altostratus, stratus, nimbostratus, cumulus. Yes sir, with annotation, without annotation. हाँ, दोनों के साथ मिलता है, आप बिल्कुल यूज कर सकते हैं. तो मे बी someone new to Unacademy, so I don't know whether you're listening to me in live or recording. बेटा जो भी थे, आपका नाम जो भी है. So but in annotation mode में not clear PPT, तो annotation के अलावा भी तो है, without annotation also there. पूर्वी जब भी आ जाता है तब आप देख लीजिए ना, तो मतलब उसको मैं सेपरेट नहीं डाला, बाकी तो जो था वो सेपरेट डाल दिया. चलिए, तो प्रेशर आज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, लैप्स रेट करते हैं, ठीक है, बिकॉज फिर वही हो जाएगा, बड़ी बातें आप पूछने लगेंगे, हो जाएगा. रेहान ये सब उतार सकते हैं आप, कोई वो नहीं, बिना एनोटेशन भी उतार सकते हैं. और ये बड़ा सब लिखा हुआ है, इतनी बड़ी चीजें लिखी होती है, शुड नॉट, ये सब लिखा हुआ है, इजी टू रीड ऑल्सो. चलिए, एक और कॉन्सेप्ट सभी लोगों के लिए, तो फिर इमेजिनेशन जो आप बताएंगे वो ठीक है अपनी जगह पर. क्विकली जल्दी से सबको इमेजिन करना है, और इमेजिन करके 10th क्लास की साइंस बता रहा हूँ. दिस इज अ हॉट वॉल. You are here, you are here, you are here. A, B, C. T A, T B, T C. Which one is high, which one is low? T A is the highest. Is everyone okay? Why? So close to heat, so close to the source. This is the distance. So this is the distance. This is the distance. Is everyone okay? Sir, the heat is coming from here. This is where heat is. And since you are close to the heat, and where are you getting the heat from? You are getting the heat from the wall. So if you are close to the heat, heat A is more than heat B, is more than heat C. Is everyone okay? True. Is this also the reason? Is this also the reason why when we go away from Earth's surface, temperature falls? Okay. So if Mr. C moves towards A, what will happen to the temperature? If Mr. C moves towards A, what will happen to the temperature? Increase. Okay. And if Mr. A moves to the place of C, what will happen to the temperature? Decrease. Everyone okay? If you go away from the Earth's surface, temperature decreases. If you come towards the Earth's surface, temperature increases. Yes or no? So a satellite is trying to enter Earth's orbit again, back. There are certain satellites or certain rockets. अब हम देख रहे हैं, rocket who can come back. Tesla जो बना रहा है, यस इलॉन मस्क जो बात कर रहे हैं, रीयूजेबल रॉकेट, ऐसे जाएंगे। तो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम क्या है? व्हेन दे एंटर द अर्थ's atmosphere, do they start heating up? Yes or no? So when you come close to the earth's surface, temperature increases. When you go away, that's bad. Is everyone okay? Can I say the heat is connected? Heat is connected to a source. Heat is connected to a source. All heat exchanges which are coming from outside, those are called diabatic processes. सर ये समझ में नहीं आया. I did not explain. I just told you a word. Don't tell me समझ में नहीं आया. A term है diabetic. Heat related to surrounding. When you get your heat is dependent on your surrounding from the source of heat. Your distance from the source of heat. If that decides your temperature, then that process is diabetic process. Is everyone okay? True. Okay. Now another example of heating. Please tell me. So it's a summer day. You are going back from your school on a bicycle. How many of you gone back to home from school using bicycles? कुछ नहीं use किया? Okay, bicycle. Sometimes the tire pressure is low. So you stop your bicycle and then you use a pump. Yes or no? सोनम ने कहा पैदल ही जा रहे थे. नहीं पैदल नहीं. लग्जरी वाले लोगों का सोच रहे हैं जिनके पास पंप भी था. Yes. So you have a pump. इसमें एक ट्यूब लगा है. And this tube used to come into the tire. Yes or no? The tire of your cycle. टायर ऑफ योर साइकिल और हर साइकिल. कई बार आप वहाँ पे बहुत से लड़कों ने अपना सिविल दिखाई है. आओ बहन, मैं भरता हूँ टायर में हवा. और लड़कियों ने भी स्मार्टली एक दो गधे ढूंढ रखे थे, भैया ये हवा खत्म हो गई साइकिल में, जरा हवा भर दो. ट्रू और नॉट? तो आधे लोग का तो उसी में खुशी रहती थी, चल यार उसकी साइकिल का तो देख रेख मैं कर रहा हूँ, इतना तो मौका दे रही. परफेक्टली ओके, ठीक है. बंदा बोले नहीं सर 1 रुपी में दे रही थी मैं. हाँ ठीक है 1 रुपी, देवर स्मार्ट गर्ल्स, 1 रुपी भी बचा रही थी, एक दो गधे तो मिल ही जाते. ठीक है, तो मतलब यू कुड हैव सेव्ड दैट मनी, डोंट वरी, विदाउट एनीथिंग. कोई टेंशन ही नहीं उस 1 रुपी में. ये मत सोचो कि वो हवा भरेगा उसके बाद पीछे करेगा. यू कैन स्लैप ऑल्सो. चल सिर्फ हवा भरने के लिए कहा था, गेट लॉस्ट. ठीक है. सो नाउ दिस इज योर ट्यूब. नाउ पीपल हु हैव डन दैट, you tell me one thing, this stupid pump gets heated up here. Yes or no? The pump gets heated up. How many of you have seen that? ये pump ही heat हो रहा है. Yes or no? Was it close to a heat source? Was it close to a fireplace? Was it close to a furnace? No. Sometimes you would see even the repair fellow would keep that pump in water. अरे बहुत गर्म हो गया तो ठंडा होने में. True or not? So there is a piston inside this. When you push, the piston goes down and it presses the air. Yes or no? So what is happening is you putting that mechanical work on this. जो आप उछल के पंप जो किसी तरह दबा रहे थे, yes or no? उछल के जो भी कर रहा था, you were doing mechanical work on that. And some part of that work was going into pressurizing the air, and some part was going into heating also. Heat loss was happening. Yes or no? And as a result, the pump was getting heated up. So भाई temperature तो इधर भी increase हो रहा है, temperature तो इधर भी increase हो रहा है. If you go from C to A, the temperature increases. Yes or no? And if you pump this, the temperature increases. In both the cases, temperature is increasing. But the two processes are very different. In the first process, your temperature is increasing because you are going close to the heat surface. Your source of heat decides your temperature. In the second case, it is the energy which is inside, mechanical energy is turning into heat, but you're not taking it from surrounding. This is called adiabatic process. स्कूल में बताया था adiabatic, किसी को समझ नहीं आया था, रट लिया था हम लोगों ने. Adiabatic means no exchange from surrounding. ऐसा रटा था कि नहीं रटा था? True or not? Now do you understand what is diabetic and adiabatic? So atmosphere cooling as you move away from the Earth's surface is that diabetic process or an adiabatic process? Diabetic process. So normal lapse rate, which is equal to 6.5 degrees Celsius per kilometer, and environmental lapse rate, which is the same. This is the diabetic lapse rate. But I have to teach you of a lapse rate which is called adiabatic lapse rate. वो भी बताना है. Environmental lapse rate average value is 6.4. However, it can be 2, 4, 8, 10, 12. It can range from this, and it results from a diabetic process. But there is something called as an adiabatic lapse rate. Adiabatic lapse rate. That is a result of change in internal energy. And there can be two types of it. Dry adiabatic and wet adiabatic. अभी आपके जीवन में मैंने काफी परेशानी ला दी है. So प्लान ये था कि आज की क्लास में इस पर ज्यादा टाइम बिताया जाएगा, लेकिन हमने किस पर बिताया? उस ग्राफ पर जिसकी हमने जान ले लिया आज. Is everyone okay? So this is you on mean sea level. Get that? this is air above you. The air column above you exerts pressure on you. True or not? Is everyone okay? How much is the pressure? 1 atmosphere. Why don't you feel it? Why don't you feel it? 1 atmosphere is huge. 1 atmosphere is like 1 car. Weight of 1 car on your chest. 1013 millibar भी. अगर आपके ऊपर एक कार पड़ी हुई है, आपको पता क्यों नहीं चल रहा है? Why not? So from all sides है. ठीक है अनमोल, मैं आपको सब तरफ से 4 कारों के बीच में पिचका देता हूँ. Will it be a balance? Okay, ऐसा नहीं है. So the pressure would be felt, but biology has made it like this, that our body, our heart pumps blood at the pressure which is equal to 1 atmosphere. So that is the pressure which is balancing it. Is that perfectly okay? Now I want to tell you, as I go up in altitude, what will happen to the pressure? Pressure will reduce. Why? Because this is the air column. Can I say this is the air column above me? ये मेरे ऊपर का air column है. जब मैं ऊपर जाता हूँ तो मेरा air column, is it becoming shorter or not? If the air column is becoming shorter, that means the pressure on me is also less. Yes or no? But what is the pressure inside my body? Inside my body, the heart keeps on pumping at the same rate. Yes or no? So this is around 5.6 kilometer height, which is almost the height of Mount Kilimanjaro. If I reach that height, the air pressure above me, do you know what is the air pressure above me? It decreases. It decreases. And it actually becomes 50% only, because 50% of the atmospheric gases are below 5.6 kilometers. Is everyone okay? So if I go to Mount Kilimanjaro top, the pressure which I will feel will be less. Is everyone okay? Now I want to tell you that you don't know this. You only get to know when there is an imbalance. So imbalance may, again, reminding the people who know swimming, when you go deep inside the water, do you feel the extra pressure on you or not? Apart from the air, the water above you, उसका pressure nose पे पता चलने लगता है ना? You start feeling it in your eyes, nose and ears. People who have gone for swimming, थोड़ा भी पानी में अंदर जाएंगे तो पता चलता है. People who have not, ठीक है, आपको सिर्फ air का पता है. Another place where you will get is the opposite place. If you go to a mountain 5.6 kilometer, there the outer pressure is only 50%. Only 50%. So I want to tell you, this pressure helps in me taking in oxygen. My lungs are able to absorb oxygen because of the atmospheric pressure. अगर pressure ही कम हो जाएगा, if the pressure reduces, the oxygen which is in my lungs, that oxygen is not pressurized enough to enter my blood. So what will happen? I will feel breathlessness. I'll start panting. This will start happening. I'll start pulling in more air, thinking that something should happen. But what is happening? The pressure with which the oxygen was going in my lungs before is not going here, because now the pressure is 0.5%. So I am trying to pull that air, creating own pressure. Do you understand that? And the worst part is, inside my blood vessels, the atmosphere pressure, blood pressure is still 1 atmosphere. Outside it is 0.5 atmosphere. There is an imbalance now. And what will happen? Those weak blood vessels will rupture. So naak se khoon aayega. Nose will start bleeding because the tiny nose blood vessels are very, very weak and they will burst. Samajh mein aa gaya imbalance? Is everyone okay? So why is the imbalance happening? Why is the imbalance happening? Pressure in the blood vessel, 1 atmosphere. Pressure outside, 0.5. So what will happen to the blood vessel? It will start expanding. Will it expand or not? Blood vessel may rupture also. Okay? Simple thing. Take a balloon. Put it in refrigerator. It will shrink. Why? Temperature is going down. Temperature is going down and it will shrink. Do we get that? But here what is happening is, the pressure is causing it. Because there is more pressure in the blood vessel, what will happen? The blood vessel will rupture. Okay? Now you have a balloon. You just blow some air on the balloon. Balloon फूलता नहीं. आपको pressure लगाना पड़ता है कि नहीं? Do you have to pressurize when you are trying to fill air in the balloon? Yes or no? क्यों? क्योंकि बाहर भी तो atmosphere का pressure. You have to give a pressure equal to 1 atmosphere, तब जाकर वो flow बनेगा, और उससे ज़्यादा देना पड़ता है. Yes or no? Is everyone okay? Perfect. और ऊपर जाएंगे तो क्या होगा? If you reach the height of 16 kilometers, 90% of the atmosphere is below this. So only 10% above this and 90% below this. अब कितना pressure है आपके ऊपर? Only 0.1 atmosphere. Is everyone okay? What will happen to the blood vessel अगर यहाँ तक आ गए? तब तो सर टुकड़ा टुकड़ा हो जाएगा, blast हो जाएगा. Yes sir. But generally you are not going to that height, and if you are going to that height in a plane what happens? It is a pressurized chamber. So उसमें artificial pressure होता है. Is everyone okay? So as I go up, what will happen to the fluids? Will they expand or not? If there is a balloon here, if I take it here, will the balloon expand and can burst also? And if I go further up, will the balloon further expand? Why is it expanding? Am I blowing air in it? Everyone? A balloon is being taken up and it expands, it may even burst. Why is it expanding? Why is it expanding? So because of pressure difference. Outside pressure is less, inside is more, so that is why it is expanding. Is everyone okay with this? Are you with me? But remember one thing. Expansion causes cooling. Compression causes heating. Sir, how I don't understand this. अभी बताया ना, cycle pump, deodorant spray. ठंडा ठंडा होता है कि नहीं होता? Expansion causes cooling and compression causes heating. Is everyone okay? Please pay attention. Air, atmosphere. This is atmosphere. This is height. 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer. If the temperature here is 40 degrees Celsius, everyone, what can I expect at 1 degree Celsius, or 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, and 3 kilometer? Quickly tell me. Let me see how many of you are able to guess. So at 1 kilometer, it will be 33.5 degrees Celsius. हाँ प्रियंका, लो तो है, वो तो जान रहे हैं. हम आपका कॉन्सेप्ट चेक करना चाह रहे हैं कि क्यों इतने लोग 33.5 कह रहे हैं और आप लो ही कह रहे हो. Why? क्यों लिख रहे हैं कुछ लोग? Others who are wondering, क्या मैजिक किया इन लोगों ने? इनको कैसे पता चला टेम्परेचर? How did they get to know the temperature? So lapse rate. What is the lapse rate? Oh sir, वो 6.5 subtract कर रहे हैं लोग. Remember ELR. How many of you did not, to begin with, get this idea? How many of you did not get this idea? It's okay if you did not. How many of you did not get this idea? You can say yes, I did not get this idea. Okay. If you got it later, that's okay. So it's just that, can I say beginners के साथ ये होगा, थोड़ा सा ट्यूबलाइट इफेक्ट होगा. Is it okay? And that is why I always say, it is never smart to do a book once and for all. भाई दो चार बार देखोगे तब तो ट्यूबलाइट सही होगा. Is everyone okay or not? So you are here, you are here, you are here, and you are here. Will you experience different temperatures or not? You are here 40 degrees Celsius, 33.5 degrees Celsius, 27 degrees Celsius, 21.5. Is everyone okay? Now everyone, I am not talking about you. I am talking about air. I am talking about air. And I am not talking about atmosphere. I am talking about a parcel of air. Sir, what is a parcel of air? This is a parcel of air. कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं सर 3 किलोमीटर पे 20.5 होगा. ठीक है बच्चों, मैं सही कर दूंगा. मैंने आप ही की वैल्यू ले ली थी. Everyone, what is a parcel of air? इधर यार लाया तो था मैं parcel. यहाँ पे. Everyone, this is North Indian Plain. Is everyone okay? Please have a look at it. This whole area is North Indian Plain. And this in the center is Delhi NCR. ये क्या है? Delhi NCR. I am taking 10 minutes extra. I'm sorry, but ये टॉपिक खत्म करना है इसलिए कर रहे हैं और इम्पोर्टेंट है. So दिल्ली का जो एयर है, is it different from the remaining North Indian Plain? Yes or no? Why? प्रशांत बोल रहा है no. तो प्रशांत आज स्मोक्स मिल जाएगा. It is different. Why is it different? Sir, it is more polluted. Yes, it has less moisture. Why is it more polluted? Why is it? पूर्वी सुनो, होश की बात करो. कॉन्टिनेंटल इफेक्ट वो पूरे के पूरे नॉर्थ इंडियन प्लेन पे लगेगा. दिल्ली पूछ रहे हैं विज़-अ-वी नॉर्थ इंडियन, ये नहीं पूछा दिल्ली वर्सेस चेन्नई. सो कॉन्टिनेंटल वाले नशा करना बंद करें. So Delhi's air is more polluted. Delhi air has less moisture. Why? Because they have chopped off the trees and it is all concretized. And Delhi's air is more hot. Yes or no? Have you heard of urban heat island? सुना है नहीं सुना है? Can I say that? तो आपने सुना है कि दिल्ली के आसपास जो हवा है ये बहुत गर्म है. गर्म, polluted, more greenhouse gases and all that. So it is different. Is everyone okay? And I also want to tell you that air is a poor conductor of heat. Air, a poor conductor of heat, does not mix with other things easily. Doesn't mix easily. Is everyone with me? तो एयर मिक्स भी नहीं करती. तो यहाँ पर सभी लोगों को बता रहा हूँ, मैं वापस आ रहा हूँ ऑन द डायग्राम व्हिच आई वाज टॉकिंग ऑफ. आई होप यू आर आल्सो ड्राइंग द डायग्राम. दिस होल एक्सिस इज नॉर्थ इंडियन प्लेन. नीचे सब क्या है? नॉर्थ इंडियन प्लेन है. और यहाँ पर ये दिल्ली की एयर है. दिस इज द एयर ऑफ दिल्ली. व्हाट इज द टेम्परेचर ऑफ दिल्ली एयर? 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस. इज एवरीवन ओके? 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस, 45 नहीं 40 मान रहा है, ठीक है। और इन प्लेन्स का क्या है, ये भी 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस। वाई बिकॉज नीचे से हमने जोड़ दिया। इज एवरीवन ओके? बट बिकॉज ऑफ द हीट आइलैंड यहाँ पर 42 हो चुका है, 44 हो चुका है, जो भी होगा, वट एवर इज देयर। इज एवरीवन ओके? So I know inside it is warm, but at the ground, where the ground is, it is 40 everywhere. ठीक है? Now what is the temperature at A? Temperature of atmosphere at A. ये किसी ने कहा था 20.5 होगा, मैं सही कर रहा हूँ। 33.5. 33.5. If Delhi air is lifted up, everyone, ठीक है? दिल्ली का एयर हमने लिफ्ट अप कर दिया. What will be the temperature of Delhi air? तो यहाँ कितना सब्ट्रैक्ट किया आपने? 6.5. So Delhi air should also be 33.5. It is also cooling, no? It should also decrease. It is 33.5. We found that it is not 33.5. It is 30. Delhi also cooled, but the temperature was 30. We don't know why. Then we said, okay, let us take Delhi air up further. और ऊपर ले जाते हैं. फिर चेक किया क्या टेम्परेचर. सो कितना होना था? एक्सपेक्टेड कितना था? 27. निकला कितना? 20. ये बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है यार. Delhi is falling at a rate of 10 degrees Celsius. And normal atmosphere is falling at a rate of 6.5 degrees Celsius. Is this a problem or not? Now we are supposed to explain this. First question comes, sir, why would Delhi air go up, sir? जाएगा ही क्यों सर? क्यों जाएगा सर? तो आपको भी बताया क्यों जाता है. 4 कारणों से जाती है एयर ऊपर. किन कारणों से जाती है? 4 टाइप्स. क्या बताए थे? कन्वेक्शन, ओलोग्राफिक, लिफ्टिंग है ना. 4 तरह से लिफ्टिंग होती है. कन्वेक्टिव लिफ्टिंग, ओलोग्राफिक लिफ्टिंग, फ्रंटल लिफ्टिंग. किसी की वजह से लोकलाइज कन्वेक्टिव लिफ्टिंग होगी दिल्ली में. पॉसिबल और नॉट? तो दिल्ली की एयर ऊपर तो जा रही है. अब ऊपर जा रही है तो भाई ऊपर जाना इज ओके, वी हैव अंडरस्टूड, वो तो हमें समझ में आ गया. एटमॉस्फेयर इज कूल्ड फ्रॉम बिलो, सो यू शुड कूल, यू आर कूलिंग. बट व्हाई आर यू कूलिंग एट अ डिफरेंट रेट? ओके, सो दे स्टडीड इट एंड दे फाउंड that the pressure here, can I say 1013, so 1000 millibar, can I say that at this height the pressure will be 1000 or less than that? Less than that, sir, probably 900 millibar. और ऊपर जाएंगे तो remember the atmosphere is, the column is going smaller, 800 millibar. What happens to a balloon when it goes up? What happens to a balloon when it goes up? Sir, it expands. Oh, so Delhi air will actually expand now. So Delhi air, which was here, now is expanding also. So Delhi air's cooling is going to be double. One is because you are going away from the Earth's surface, remember? Other is because of your expansion. True or not? Delhi is cooling because of 2 factors. Delhi air is cooling because of 2 factors. One is because you are going away from the heat source. And second is because your own expansion is happening. And remember, expansion causes cooling. So will you cool at a rate of 6.5 or more than that? More than that. More than that. And how much more? 10 degrees Celsius. Is everyone okay with the science of it? हाँ यार, ये तो लॉजिकल है कि जब आप ऊपर जा रहे हैं and you are expanding also, because sir, isn't the other air expanding? No. Other air is to atmosphere continuous, but this has become a special pocket in atmosphere. ये अजीब सा एक balloon की तरह हो गया, which refuses to mix with rest of the atmosphere. Do we get that? So rest of the atmosphere is a homogeneous air body whose temperature falls with altitude. But this is a special category which has been created, which refuses, which is behaving like a balloon, and as it is rising, it is cooling, but not at 6.5, but 6.5 plus extra. वो मोदी जी ने बताया था ना, a plus b whole square is a square plus b square, 2ab extra मिलता है. मोदी जी मजाक कर सकते हैं, मैं नहीं कर सकता. समझ में आया? So expansion is that extra. So that becomes this. So can I say an air parcel also cools with increase in height, just like normal atmosphere, but the rate is not normal lapse rate. The rate is called ALR, adiabatic lapse rate, क्योंकि आप अपने expansion से cool कर रहे हैं. It is called adiabatic. Normal lapse rate is diabetic. Is everyone clear with adiabatic and diabetic? नया word आया आपकी लाइफ में. I am sure you heard this in school also, where they told you adiabatic means no exchange of heat and energy from outside, whatever, blah 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 blah. लेकिन क्या आपको ये simple concept समझ में आया? अगर आप किसी और से heat ले रहे हैं, अगर आप उनकी वजह से IS बनना चाहते हैं, उन्होंने कहा IS बनोगे तब मैं वरमाला डालूंगी, आप diabetic हैं. Get that? और आप अपने मन से IS बनना चाहते हैं. You really want to be an IS, you really want to contribute something, and in that process you are expanding your knowledge. आप adiabatic हैं. Do we get that? तो समझ नहीं आया सर, लेकिन समझ गया तो अच्छी बात है, वरना मुंह में आया. Get that? So the concept may look difficult, but I hope you understood that when you are using your own energy to expand, you will cool, and that is called adiabatic expansion. अच्छा एक बात बताइए, अगर इस एयर को नीचे लेकर आते हैं तो ये compress हो जाएगी, will it get heated up? And it will not heat at 6.5. Compression causes heating, but ये adiabatic, so that will be called adiabatic heating. So sinking air heats adiabatically, rising air cools adiabatically if it is an air parcel. समझ में आया? आज इतने पे खत्म करते हैं. सर इसका कोई यूज है? ओ यस, इसका बहुत यूज है. अगर आप उनके लिए तैयारी कर रहे हैं और उनकी शादी हो गई, so you stop preparing. You're preparing for her and she gets married. So you were preparing diabetically. Now that is there, you die. But if you're preparing adiabatically, she marries, she divorces, she remarries, doesn't matter. कितनी बार शादी करनी करती रहे, मैं तो पास होऊंगा ही होऊंगा. Yes, so what does it decide? Diabetic, adiabatic, your mental stability. Diabetic, adiabatic in atmosphere decide atmospheric stability. तो कल आपको सिखाएंगे atmospheric stability, instability and pressure. And because of today's question, please do not mind. You asked the question, मैंने आंसर भी दिया. I answered your question. I'm just saying we have lost one class. I have to create one extra class. I am ready to create as many extra classes are there. You be confident of that. Don't worry. But I'm just saying, can we be smart enough? कुछ चीजों को हम अपनी brain को exercise दें that by reading again we will understand more. So I have no complaint against you asking questions, but I'm just saying we will have to create extra sessions. And remember, somebody said, sir मैं 9 घंटे क्लास करती हूँ, मत करो. Yes, it's too much. 2 classes, 3 classes, 5 hours, 6 hours, उससे ज्यादा नहीं. होमवर्क बच्चों, होमवर्क जो कल था वही होमवर्क रहेगा. आंसर राइटिंग रह गई. हाँ, आंसर राइटिंग रह गया. बताओ, इतने हाथ और इतने पैर इतना ही कर सकता हूँ यार, बच्चे की जान मत लो तुम लोग. सो व्हाट इज योर होमवर्क? योर होमवर्क इज प्रेसिपिटेशन, टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन पढ़ना है. व्हाट इज टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन एंड व्हाट आर प्रेशर बेल्ट्स? करेंगे. एनसीईआरटी. प्रियंका कह रहे हैं हमारी, प्रियंका किसी की वजह से नहीं. आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट इज द प्रोसेस. आई गिव इट टाइम जस्ट टू शो यू द फ्यूटिलिटी ऑफ इट. सो प्लीज डू नॉट टेक एनीवन, डोंट टेक द ब्लेम ऑफ इट. आई जस्ट सेड कोर्स फिर अपना टारगेट नहीं अचीव करेगा. दैट्स द ओनली इंटेंशन. सो एवरीवन कैन यू रीड प्रेशर एंड प्रेशर बेल्ट्स, विंड्स और एक टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन पढ़ के आइएगा. So that is your homework for tomorrow. Thank you. Evening we have a class. हम reverse पे बात कर रहे हैं. People who have not attended my Indian geography class anywhere, it will help you. It will save your time also, and you'll get better understanding of these things. Thank you. Bye bye.